is after last time to let our players kind of tell us what they've been doing to take care of themselves while, after the surprise that was last session. I think that's an apt way of describing that. But first, we're going to introduce all of my lovely players, starting with Myriad.
Hi guys, I am Myriad or Kirsten, whatever you want to call me is fine. I am a streamer here on twitch.tv/myriad_x. I stream a lot of cozy games. I have started streaming Subnautica, which has been a nightmare. I hate the ocean. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. And other than that, I do art. I do some world building for TTRPGs, and I am all around the internet playing TTRPGs on other people's channels. So yeah. Oh, and I play Euphemia. I play Euphemia Vesemir. She's a little wizard, very squishy. Please don't hit me. I have 10 AC. Thank you.
It's 10 AC that I am going to challenge. Next we have Furied.
Hi, I'm Furied Fate. I am also a Twitch streamer of cozy games, crafting games, puzzle games, and spooky games. I am also on various other channels playing Dungeons and Dragons. I am playing, in this game though, I am playing Vermouth Epperpheasant, a friendly sorceress. Yeah, we'll say friendly sorceress. That's about right.
I think we can go with friendly. Yeah, next we have Ant, if you want to go.
Hello, everybody. I'm AntDX1, Ant for short. I also stream on twitch.tv/AntDX1. In the game, I play Lord Theoden Deverett, and he was in over his head before this whole thing went down at the end of last episode, so now he's doubly in over his head. He didn't know it could get that high, so that's where we're at.
Love that. Love admitting when you're in too deep and you shouldn't be here. Havoc, you want to take a go?
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Havoc. I'm playing Rook the Mercenary. And he probably shouldn't be here either. Okay.
All right. Well, you're here now. You want to plug your Twitch or anything else?
No, I'm fine.
Fair enough. All right. Go for it. And last we have Lim.
Hi, I'm Lim. I'm playing Cassius Rourke. He's here on assignment, and this got way realer than he expected it to be. But that's all part of the mission, and this might, maybe it'll work out in his favor in the end, given this is a big career opportunity for him. I don't like plugging anything, so that's it.
All right. Well, last we left off, does anyone want to give a recap? I'll give you something. If anyone needs an inspiration, you can have it.
I can. It's not going to be very good.
I can give a recap, and I wasn't here for an hour, but that's okay. It doesn't matter because no one cares about that hour. That was super important. Last time, from what I can recall and remember from my wine-addled mind, is that we were all assembling. The family was assembling because the emperor was announcing this, and this was kind of his informal coming-of-age coronation. I don't need to read it anymore. And then apparently, when Vermouth was blacked out drunk, there was some sort of announcement about a religion being announced and forsaking all other religions. The Church of Knowledge was like, nah, you got to follow us, nobody else, we're the only one, blah blah blah. If you don't follow the rules, everyone will die. And that led to Vermouth's lady patron, Lady Fordain, to propose, and Vermouth got all awkward, and she said, "Can we not do this right now?" And so that was kind of on pause. But official title of mistress, blah blah blah. No one cares about that. That's just small talk. But anyways, last we left off, half the city was burning. Jay, you burned half the city. If what I remember.
I don't remember doing that. That's crazy. I'm
sorry. Religious fanatics started burning half the city. That's what I'm going to call it.
There you go. All right.
This is just from my perspective.
That is what happened. It was definitely an experience. There you go. That's what you get. Don't tell the others what it is. That's yours. Yes. So everyone gets a gift that only you know about. If you give me the recap, that's what I've decided to do. So here we are. We are 3 days after the burning of the city. We are. Yes.
Just to clarify, what parts of the city were burning? I mean, I know that we could see the burning from our villas.
It was the other temples.
The other temples. Thank you.
So you would know that it was just as you got up the next day. 3 days have passed since that happened, and people are still picking up the pieces of the other temples, people, bodies. They're being, buried as quickly as they can. So 3 days after, what do you think your characters would be doing? Knowing very well that you cannot leave the city. At least with that knowledge in the back of your head. You can leave. Wouldn't look too good. Let's go with Cassius.
Well, I mean, primary thing would be to protect the starts with an Ambassador. Protect the ambassador that he's working for. And honestly, like, he would probably be really wanting to look into why this is happening, because he's very, very devout for a different religion, and this is very upsetting. So yeah, he'd probably be like, anytime that he's not with the ambassador Bernard, he would be talking to people, looking for clues and trying to find out more about that, because we talked a little bit about it at the dinner, at like the feast before everything happened, and he kind of made a little bit of a friend with Euphemia, but that's about as far as he got, as far as like talking to other people.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Rook, what would you have done?
So for the last 3 days, I would have been probably securing my position among the guards for the lady. So making sure, almost trying to like smooth over and win over the former captain, but without giving him like there's no sympathy there, but just like, look, it's gonna be all right. These things happen. You'll get over it. But that's about it.
Soothe over the guy you screwed over.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I respect it. Yeah, you can do that. All right, Theoden. What is Theoden doing these 3 days?
Yeah, so probably contacting the family, figuring out what we're going to do as far as all this is concerned. Also taking stock of potential loss of life. I had my whole crew here. Did any of them perish in the attacks or the burnings or whatever we're calling it? Probably try to get word out to someone outside the city. Alert those whoever's watching the fort back home that we may need to call our banners or whatever the equivalent is.
Calling your banners, yeah.
That'd probably be a start. And then from there, I don't know. Figure out what's going on. Reach out to my contacts, including the lovely Euphemia, who I met last episode, and others who I've known, just to figure out what the response is and the reaction is from other houses.
All right. Well, I would say that you're successful in everything that you do. Nobody's stopping your, letters going out of the city. Nothing is, as far as you can tell, no one is stopping you from doing anything. There is no, at least for most of you, nothing has changed really. But everything has, you can still do everything you were gonna do. You still haven't gotten responses back because as far as you can tell with your family, they don't know what to do. All right, Vermouth.
Absolutely fucking nothing. She is there, living her best life, lounging in bed, drinking wine, eating grapes, spending time with Lady Fordain when Lady Fordain is not in a grumpy mood, or, taking her out of the grumpy mood. So she's just, waiting for this to pass, thinking, oh, it's just a phase that they're going through. They'll get over it. Just gotta chill, wait, next 50 years, and this will all be over. Like she likes to do.
Like she tends to do. And honestly, not a bad way to pass the time. Lady Fordain is keeping you busy. She is keeping busy. It seems she is kind of frantic and trying to piece things together.
And I'm there by her side every moment. It's like, darling, calm down. It's okay. This is just a phase. It'll flake off, and people stop caring. They will.
When you start to say this is just a phase, she just shoves food in your mouth and makes you go away. She's had enough of you. She's like, look, sometimes I just need you to not be here. She's kind of suck. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. She's got politics to do. I don't do politics at all. I do politicians, but not politics.
It's good money in both of those. Euphemia.
Euphemia would be doing several things. She would definitely want to be keeping tabs on those who she might consider allies, such as Theoden and Cassius. Whether or not they know that she's keeping tabs on them is up to your discretion. She's also... Euphemia very much believes the importance of every single person within society and their role that they play. And that includes the servants. Euphemia is very kind to her servants because they offer her something that others really cannot, and that is information. Because people will often talk because they don't think that the servants are listening, but servants are always listening. So she probably has Marta kind of running surveillance almost for her. To see what the other lords might be thinking and whispering amongst themselves. And then she's also discussing with Rajat what they might do, knowing that they cannot leave the city.
All right. Yeah, you talk to Rajat and he seems kind of while he is telling you things that he's planning, like having people come in and out of the city, making sure that, the children are safe, putting more guards around your rooms. You are his wife, and you have been for a very long time. You can tell that he's keeping something. You don't know what it is yet, and you might not, but he has other things that he has on his mind.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that, given the circumstances, I don't think that Euphemia would push that at all with him. At least not yet.
Okay. That is more than fair. Wonderful. Well, you are each in your respective villas or inside the castle, as ambassadors tend to be. And at your door, you hear a knock. I will say that however long it took you, you guys open that door, and each of you is faced with a curator from the temple. The curator hands you a piece of paper. They bow to you and they leave. On this piece of paper, each of you, Rook, you as the head of the guards to the Fordain family, you also receive this letter, and it states that 14 of each household's guards need to be installed into the King's Guard. And this letter is signed by the king, the queen, and the sexton of the Temple of Nahalich. Does anyone do it, or do you kind of?
Oh, I thought you were talking just to Rook for some reason.
No, this is to everyone. Everyone receives this letter.
Cassius would volunteer. I don't know if the ambassador would allow it, but he'd volunteer.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything they were gonna do?
Vermouth would tell or suggest Lady Fordain send Rook, because.
Man's just got captain of the guard position, and you already want to ship him off.
He's new. I don't know how long he's gonna last.
Oh boy.
And this would be a great way to test if he's good or not.
She kind of looks at you, hands you a piece of lemon cake, and shoves you out of her room.
She's just like, this is why you're not the one making decisions.
That's true. That's true. I'm fine with that. I got lemon cake. Do you have lemon cake?
Probably.
Oh, well.
Maybe.
Shut up.
Euphemia, because obviously her in-laws are still considered the great lord and lady, she's going to suggest to Rajat that he pick 2 or 3 of his red swords to offer up, just to keep an eye on things.
Okay. He wordlessly nods. He seems to be scribbling something on a piece of paper, and he wordlessly nods and writes something down, and writes another note and hands it to you. He will look briefly up at you, and they won't search you because obviously. Take this to the Lady Fordain. We might have an ally in her, as far as I know.
Even after everything.
Even after everything. I think we're in a position where they could kill us or destroy us swiftly. They have most of the Vesemirs here.
And our children.
Aye. So, would you care to do it, or?
I will sort of wordlessly just give him I'm assuming he's sitting down.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kind of float on over to him and give him a kiss on the forehead. I will take care of it, love.
He nods and he kind of like rustles his hair back, and he doesn't seem panicked. He just kind of seems exhausted. And he hands you the note, and you have one of your red swords, or one of his red swords, follow you as you begin to make your way out.
Yep, and I will head towards the Fordain Villa.
Okay. Cassius, you suggest that, yeah, you'll join the King's Guard, and Bernard immediately says no. There's no hesitation in that. He kind of seems irritated that you would volunteer, and what would Cassius do once he's denied?
I mean, he'd be relieved. He doesn't want to. So he actually just be like, okay, sure.
Okay. He does, however, he kind of glances at your outfit up and down, seeing the sigils of Ramira kind of literally just everywhere. He will kind of dig through his drawers some and pull out what looks like old armor, and he will hand it to you. It doesn't have any symbols. It looks kind of dirty and dented, and it comes with like a brown cloak, and he will look through his things, and he will hand you a sword that has no markings on it. I think you along with the others should start to wear this. Nothing with a sigil or symbol of Ramira. We're treading dangerous waters.
Is that not wrong?
To hide?
Yes, of course.
Possibly. But
shouldn't we be willing to face it head on? Our faith being what guides us.
Well, currently our faith might get us burnt. So, right, you're a knight. Good knight. Politics is like lying. Politics is lying. Sometimes we have to lie to get what we need to, get. In this instance, we need to hide our faith at least a little bit so that we don't get killed and then can get what we need from this nation.
If it's what you command, sir.
It is.
Shall I outfit the others?
Yes, make sure that they are outfitted. I believe either the Fordains or the Deverett have control of the leather production, so you may want to go to them with a contract.
Of course, sir. I will find out which one it is, and I shall visit them.
Good. We're gonna need a lot of it if we're gonna outfit everyone. And if you could get me a plate or just chainmail to wear under my robes, that would be preferable.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Been stabbed one time. Not happening again.
You have? I didn't know that. By whom?
Yeah. Actually, it was like 3 times. One of them was my wife. But that was...
That explains a lot,
honestly,
sir.
I deserved that one. Yeah.
I see.
I deserved it. Well, ex-wife, I guess. Yeah, I've had a life. Anyway, go do that. I'm going to figure out whatever the hell is happening here.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Okay. He will like hand you a pouch of gold and a rolled up parchment.
Yep. He's gonna go look for. He said it was the Fordanes or the who? The
Fordanes or the Deverett.
The Deverett? Okay.
Yeah, he hands you the paper and you're on your way.
He will start seeking out those. Probably, honestly, Fordane first.
Okay. And what would your boy be doing once he received that letter?
Yeah, so probably meeting with father. Also probably meeting with some of his most trusted long-term crewmen to see if any of them would be willing to sort of be a man on the inside. Loyal to me. I would want to get volunteers rather than, forcing someone to do it if possible. But just depends. If there was such a volunteer, then I would add them to the list. Just like, Father, this is a trusted man who can give us information and still a capable fighter and all of that.
Okay. Yeah, a few crewmen sign up.
Okay.
You know that they're pretty loyal. They all, while they do worship the Temple of Nahalij, they still don't agree with what has happened. That's kind of the sentiment all around the boats. While yes, they do worship, they are Navymen first. They're sailors first, religious second.
Of course, the sea really is its own religion anyway.
They kind of begin to, drape themselves in the colors of the King's Guard. It seems that everything has been prepared for people to just send them. And your father comes to you. And you know what he's going to do to your brother. But as he comes into the room, your brother follows him in, and you can kind of tell that whatever is going to happen is not good for you.
Father, brother, what do I owe the pleasure?
We need to decide if we're going to go through with it. He kind of gives you a knowing glance.
Okay, and this would go through with the King's request.
Yes, the King's request. Your father kind of backs back to the wall, starts pushing the door closed.
Okay.
Outing the king is not the best choice at the moment. We have to have a secure lineage before we can fight this.
I quite agree. I quite agree. I think it's important to have our house in order. I think we've been too distracted these last few weeks, completely blindsided by this. I was just I hadn't realized how bad it was until I was talking to Euphemia on the dance floor, and just realized that we're not really. We're behind all the other houses. Even though everyone's surprised, we are caught completely unprepared.
Yes, we have the disadvantage of being at sea at most times, so court life is a bit beyond us. And in your head, you hear your father whispering this in your head. Like, in the, recesses of your mind. He's casting a message spell.
and I sort of steel myself a bit as I did not realize this is how we would proceed. My brother, is he a good fighter at all? What is his build like exactly?
Your brother, he is kind of fat with he's just fat. He's lived kind of a plush life. You've done most of the heavy lifting. Your sister has done most of the heavy lifting at home. So he's just kind of cruised by on the name.
Brother, I think it is time. We've had such a... We need to stick together as a family. We've had such a surprise here that we really we need to let bygones be bygones. I know we've had our differences, but we really need to settle, bury the hatchet, as it will. We just need to be united on one front. And I hold out my hand to kind of shake it and embrace him.
He looks down at your hand and...
Not the time for petty squabbles.
He looks down at your hand. Can you guys see that?
I couldn't.
We just saw we saw the dice rolling, but it was in shadow. Yeah.
Cool. You guys see that? Don't see that. So he kind of looks down at your hand, and while he is kind of an idiot, he does realize that this is a precarious position that they are in, and he goes out to shake your hand, and as it makes contact, he'll look at you kind of hopefully, and so you'll back my marriage then.
I lean up to go and whisper something in his ear, and as I do so, a dagger in my other hand stabs him in the back of the neck.
I need you to roll that attack roll.
Sure.
I can tell you it is not high.
Let me find abilities, I think. No, actions.
It should be under actions, yes.
Yes. I just...
You just
this one. There we go.
Yes, there you go. That'll do it. You stab your brother in the back of the neck. If you want to roll damage, you can.
Sure. Now, is this... is my father within... I think I would get sneak attack on this regardless, because as a swashbuckler, if no one is within 5 feet, I get sneak attack. And if, I think as a normal rogue, if another hostile creature is in 5 feet, I also get sneak attack somehow, if I remember.
You should get sneak attack because... Okay. Yeah, you should just get sneak attack.
Okay, let me see. How do I roll? I guess it's the... And then I don't know how the sneak attack actually works.
You should just be able to add it to your roll, but you rolled already. Yeah. So, sneak attack, do you see that little button next to it?
Oh.
You should be able to click it and then roll your damage.
It says 2d6. How do I roll the damage?
You can just go down to the bottom and roll 2d6.
He has it on him twice now, though.
Yeah. Here. I can edit that.
Okay. There we go.
There you go. 9. That's gonna do it. You drive your dagger right into your brother's neck. You sever the spinal cord. You can kind of hear it crack. He can't get a word out. And he kind of falls limp to the ground, and a pool of blood begins to surround him. Your brother or your father is kind of staring at where his son's body is. And he kind of smiles, you would say, as he finally got what he wanted.
I hadn't realized you were going to make me do it.
I had to make sure you weren't like him.
Hopefully that proves it. So who will take his place then?
Your sister. I should think. That I haven't decided. But I have time.
At least we're of the same mind. I was trying to figure out how to figure this out the whole time, because if one or both of us were to die, then who he could sort of inherit on accident. But we need to clean this up. We can't get away with just openly having him killed. We need to figure something out as far as masking this. I hope you had a plan for that. I just heard kill him and did my part.
You see your father go down and touch the blood. And give me an insight roll.
Sure. Insight. Why is the smallest thing the dice? How do I?
You should just be able to double click the little
dice, yeah. It's just frustrating.
Okay, there we go.
Because it's tiny.
Yes.
Got it.
Ooh.
With a 3 in insight, you don't really clock anything. Remember, you can use your inspiration.
Yes, I would like to use my inspiration and do that again.
That's better. With a 17, you do see that your father is kind of playing with the blood some, and he begins to write things into the ground. You can decide what you want to do next. He's not going to respond to you. He seems busy doing something.
Writing things into the ground. All right. Do I recognize what it is he's doing exactly?
Maybe. What languages do you speak?
What languages do I speak? That's a good question.
It should. So you'd say it seems that you speak
Common,
Elvish,
Halfling, and Thieves' Cant.
So you cannot read it. It seems to be something different.
I will cast Comprehend Languages on myself, which I believe is just an action. And so...
Just be an action.
Yes, and so I will be able to read it.
All right, with Comprehend Languages, let me read that. Okay. As you begin to read what is being written, it is kind of broken, the way you're reading it, because obviously it's a different language. But the way this is being worded is, this is the beginning of a ritual that is going to destroy whatever is within this circle. And now you begin to see that he is creating a circle around it.
Okay. How do my clothes look? Do I have any blood on me at all?
Yeah, of course you do.
Okay,
You stabbed your brother in the neck. I don't...
Yes, sure.
It's
Okay.
down the
Gotcha.
front.
I don't know how this works. I'm a software engineer. I don't know any of this. But, okay.
Fair. Valid.
Do I have... It was my room, correct? So I would have a change of clothes.
Yes.
I assume. Okay, so then I would probably change my... get cleaned up, or as cleaned up as I can, given that it's probably not a bath, and change my attire. would I know whether, like, could I toss my dirty laundry into that circle and just have it go away with everything else? Like, it's just a dirty clothes hamper, a murder clothes hamper.
I assume you could, yeah.
I mean, it seems like it might as well be efficient. I don't want that being in the wash, so sure. I throw my soiled clothes on there as well.
Yeah. You throw your soiled clothes on your dead brother.
Yes.
Acceptable.
Yes.
You make your way out.
I do, yes.
Make your way out. People are passing by the room as if nothing has happened.
Sure.
You do see a couple of like Raylon boys passing through, like guards.
Okay.
And they are being kind of ushered in a direction. But you do see something a little odd, which is the young woman that you saw. There were many women, but a young woman that you saw, the Raylon girl, as she is kind of trudging behind a few of these guards.
Okay, and how old is she? Was she the one who was a bit older?
Yes.
I thought that. Okay.
That's Azza.
Azza. Okay, and you said she was around 10 and 7, if I recall.
Yes.
Okay. I will. Are they still in front of me, or are they? Have they already passed, or?
They're passing. Like everyone's going somewhere, it seems.
Is it possible for me to sort of accidentally, like, bump into her so that we kind of run into each other? So I have to like introduce myself and do the whole "I'm sorry, oh hello," you know, all of that awkward thing.
I love that you just murdered your brother and now you want to meet Q. That's nice. I'm not gonna give it to you though because they are passing you by.
Okay.
They're just going.
All right, I will. And is it just Raylons or a lot of people doing that?
It's a lot of people. It seems like most of the court has guards passing through these halls.
I will join the procession because I'm just curious at this point, just personal curiosity.
Okay, you join the procession. As you begin to join the procession, you find your sister. She is kind of like on the sidelines writing something down on a piece of paper. And she kind of watches you try to join this procession of guards.
Oh, they are just guards. I thought you said there was like a...
No, it's all guards.
It's just guards. Okay.
Guards of all the households. That's my bad.
Did my sister know that this was going to take place?
You don't know.
Okay, I've actually changed my... I mean, I can go in their general direction. Is there a place I know of that is quiet that I could be on my own?
Within this, I would say you'd kind of have to leave this area. You'd kind of have to go outside to find that.
Sure, I will. Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. You go outside. Yeah, you can go wherever you want.
Yeah, he would just like to find somewhere secluded and just start crying uncontrollably. As
you were doing so well.
The weight of what happened sort of hits him, or he allows it to hit him because he doesn't have to put up a face. Just completely overwhelmed.
You begin to sob uncontrollably, and I'd say you probably can't notice this. So you find a dark corner, you sob uncontrollably. That is as dark of a corner as you can find here. So I'm gonna say that anyone who is close to there. Euphemia, I need you to give me a perception check. This is gonna be very bad, and I'm sorry.
3.
A natural 1.
She's taking
a
a nap.
natural 1.
I don't see shit.
A natural 1. I will remind you, you guys can use your inspiration at any point.
I don't have any.
All right. With a natural 1, you find nothing. You begin to make your way to the Four Danes. Along the way, you begin to you make your way through the Four Danes. Rook.
Oh, okay. So
Sorry.
it's all right because Vermouth right away tried to sell me. So when I get that letter, the first thing I'm gonna do is like find Burke, and I'm gonna tell him I want him to find 2 of his best and most loyal, and then 10 of his worst and most loyal, and then leave the other 2 spots for me, because I'm going to go find the mercenaries that were in the city.
Okay, you can do that.
And I want to recruit 2 of them that I know, like battle brothers, to stand in. But I want 2 people there that are loyal to me.
All right. Burke will. I mean, he's gonna do it. You're his commander now.
Yes. But he knows them better than I do, so.
Yeah. He will go do that.
Okay, great.
Okay. All right. You go out. You begin to search for your mercenary friends.
Mm-hmm.
Give me where do you think they would be?
So I know one of them said he had landed a job at one of the houses, but I don't remember which one. And that was the one, like, I knew his family. So I would look for him, and maybe he can give me a line on 2 people that I can trust, or 2 people that are there that we both know, so that I can recruit them.
Okay. I believe I said he was recruited by the Raylon, correct?
Ooh. I don't want to go there, but I'm gonna have to send word that I'm looking for him. I know his name, but I just don't remember what it was.
Clave.
Clave, that's it. I gotta write that down.
You're looking for Clave.
Yes. So I'm gonna send word to the Raylons that I need to speak with Clave and have him meet me in like the grand hall where we talked earlier.
Okay. You can do that. Sure. The letter is sent out, and you kind of have to wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
You do know that. No, I feel like that would be fine. All right. So those of you who are within the Four Dane household, is there anything anyone wants to do first and foremost?
I'm just making my way.
Making your way. Very well.
I think I'm also making my way.
You're making your way. You're all making your way to the Four Dane.
Apparently.
Do Cassius and I like meet up with each other?
Yeah,
like, I feel like we're both kind of
direction.
just heading in the same direction, not really realizing we're actually going to the same place. It's like one of those awkward, like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, like, anyway, see you later, and you're like,
you just keep walking the same direction.
Yeah, you guys are walking the same direction. You can meet up. I say you would.
Once Euphemia sort of realizes that they're probably heading in the same place, she's just gonna be like, "Hello, Cassius."
"Yes, my lady. I noticed you're also walking this direction."
"Yes, I have business."
"As do I. With the Fordane."
"Oh, we are heading in the same direction then."
"My lord has asked me to inquire as to their supply of leather to make armor.
Oh, you're gonna have to convince them very good then. You better make it worth their while.
I suppose first I have to find out if it's them, but by what you're saying, it sounds like perhaps it is.
Do I know if the Fordanes are the ones who do like leatherworking and stuff?
Know. Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah. Okay. Then yes, I'm going to sort of confirm for Cassius that indeed the Fordanes do leatherwork.
I suppose it's up to my lord to determine what the appropriate compensation would be.
I trust you've been keeping safe these last few days.
Yes. Regretfully, my lord has bidden us remove all symbols and raiments of our god Ramira.
Terrible to have to do such a thing, but unfortunately that is the game we must play.
I do not feel that it's a game, but I'm beginning to understand that's how it must be done.
It is like a game, and you need to make sure you move in a way that the enemy will not expect you to.
That I can understand.
And then Euphemia is gonna she doesn't really know how to she's talked to lords and things like that, but a knight kind of person, she's kind of like, what do we have in common?
He's incredibly boring, so this is understandable.
I would say you guys make it to the Fordanes by this point.
Is anyone standing guard outside of the villa?
Yeah, you see a few women with open robes, kind of holding whips, just sitting in the sun.
Oh.
They're just chilling.
Would we know that this is typical for them?
I would say Euphemia would know this is typical.
Okay. Yeah, Euphemia doesn't really, she doesn't react to it.
Then when they get there, assuming that Euphemia is acting normal and kind of approaching, he'd be like, "My lady, I believe we have the wrong place."
You said you were going to the Fordanes, no?
I am, but I believe this may be a bathhouse.
Oh, darling. These are the guards for the Fordane. They're a little bit more loose with their traditions than the other houses.
I should say so. I could strike all of them down in very few blows, fewer than there are on one of my hands.
You could try. They are very well trained.
Trained at what? Sunbathing?
Oh, it's best if you don't find out, actually. And Euphemia will sort of bid the guards a good day, and sort of make her presence known to them.
You see that the women kind of grunt something in Orcish, and they kind of look Cassius up and down, then open the doors.
Come along, dear.
He's so awkward, but he follows.
You hear one of the women behind you grunt something, and she kind of follows behind the two of you.
By grunt something, I mean, is it unintelligible or?
Do you speak Orc? Does anyone speak orc?
I think we decided I do. That's what I was asking. Let me double
if you
check.
speak...
I'm pretty sure that's what we decided. Where is that?
It would be under skills. No. Abilities, all the way at the bottom.
Abilities.
I can check.
I'm looking. Yes, I do speak it. I thought I did.
Okay, so you kind of the first few things that they said you can understand. After you got through the door, one of the women said, "Follow the pretty one."
Do I know which one they're talking about?
Yeah, it would be you.
Okay. Yeah.
They know very few things. They know not to say anything about Euphemia.
He thinks it's obviously Euphemia.
Valid.
Would I sort of know the general layout of the villa enough to know where I might find Lady Fordain?
You would know. I would say you wouldn't. But at this point, you kind of see Vermouth being shoved out of a door.
Do I know Vermouth? Like, even through, like...
Yeah, you would know that she is the companion for the Lady Fordain.
Upon seeing Vermouth being shoved from a doorway, Euphemia just sort of stops in front of her with her, like, hands clasped in front. Vermouth, darling, it's been so long.
Oh, yes, Lady Vesemir. So lovely to see you again.
Is your mistress here?
Vermouth kind of looks over her shoulder at the door she was just kind of shoved out of. Yes, but she seems to be a little preoccupied with some matters.
Could you inquire if she just has a moment for me? I just have a message for her, and my companion, Sir Cassius, is also here to discuss a few things business-wise.
Vermouth gives him like a very long, look over, up, down, turning her head, tilting it, like a very thorough and obvious, blatant once over. And you're with who? She's directing this to Cassius.
Yeah. For my own, because last time we realized we were using an old map, and I want to correct that. What is the name of my nation? The correct one?
That would be Kuthia.
Kuthia, see. And then also, I have a first name for Bernard, but does he have a house name?
No. He's ambassador to Kuthia.
Sorry, I was waiting for the opportune moment to ask.
So he's the ambassador for the nation or for the house governing?
For the nation.
For the whole nation, yeah. Right. Cassius says, Sir Cassius, am I captain?
You would be captain, yeah.
Yeah.
That is why they sent you.
I'm pretty sure I'm captain. Captain of the guard for the ambassador of the Republic of Kuthia. Which I am here on his behalf.
That's adorable, the little Republic nation. Just give me one moment. She'll open the door and then back up, into the door and close it, not turning her back to them.
I'm going to kind of whisper to Sir Cassius, like, the relation of Vermouth to Lady Fordain.
He's just like,
No. You gotta describe it. What's the relation, huh?
I would be like, that is the woman that Lady Fordain deems proper enough to share a bed with.
Oh. Well, she's quite beautiful.
She is. Personality-wise, though, leaves much to be desired.
He feels incredibly awkward by that statement. And just is like...
Yeah, you open the door to the Lady Fordain, and she is kind of reading over some paperwork.
Silvermouth comes in all bubbly like and kind of skipping, and my lady, we have some visitors.
What kind?
Well, it's Lady Vesemir, the younger lord's wife, and the captain of the guard from the ambassador of
Kuthia.
Kuthia.
Kuthia, sorry.
Ah. Very well. Send them to the other room. I am indecent. She is fully naked. There's
Of course,
no
yeah,
hide.
that's really normal for Vermouth. Yeah. So, Vermouth will, skip back out and kind of compose herself before she opens the door. My lady will see y'all in the sitting room if you would just go that way. And, would either of y'all like refreshments, something to drink, a snack?
Oh no, I'm fine. Thank you so much, though.
No, thank you.
All right.
He just completely is like clearly keying off of whatever Euphemia is saying.
Well, please make yourself comfortable, and my lady will be with you shortly.
We'll make our way into the sitting room, and if I'm assuming there's like plush couches and things like that, Euphemia is just going to very much
and stuff.
She's just going to sit at the end of one of the sofas, just like ankles crossed, very like prim proper, fucking the most immaculate posture you have ever seen.
Does not sit down, but he'll stand in a position that's like, it's like he can't help but be in like wherever a guard would stand. So he's just like orbiting Euphemia, like, oops.
Euphemia, she will definitely make note of that. However, she will not. She's kind of amused by you. So she just kind of like smirks to herself, like while watching you out of the corner of her eye as she waits.
Yeah. I would say, Rook, you would have gotten word that there was visitors from the other houses. And Lady Fordain is going to be there. You are captain of the guard. You have but one charge.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna have to head back. We don't have. There's no like messengers, pages in this like hall. Anybody that you can be like.
There is,
boy.
yeah. You would have like a child that just like runs your mail.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab that child. I'm gonna offer him a cold coin and say, "You want this?"
Yeah.
Okay. There's gonna be a man coming here. I'll explain. Big Burke. His name is Burke. He's bald. Really ugly-looking man. But I need to speak with him. Tell him Rook is going to meet him here tonight. Can you do that?
Yeah. What time?
Sundown.
Sunday. That's sure. That is a time that I can remember.
Good.
All right. Well, can I have the gold coin now?
Yes, and if you do well, I'll give you another one.
I was gonna run away with this one, but now that you said that, I'm gonna actually do my job.
Yeah. Yes. Urchins. And I will head back to the room.
Yeah. You see the little dude run off.
So, before I get there, I'll make sure I'm presentable.
Yeah.
It's like I'll look over at Rain and be like, "You ready?" Good. And then I'll walk in.
All right. You walk in. You walk in before the Lady Fordain does.
Oh, good.
And you see that there is two people sitting there, and you see before you walked in, there was somebody else walking in behind you, and it is the head of the Kell family.
Okay.
You take your seat. A few guards join you. And then the Lady Fordain enters the room. At this time, I will say that Theoden, with those 2 nat 20s, before you get pulled away into the darkness, somebody tried to grab you by the throat and another by the mouth. You were quick enough to get out of the way. With a nat 20, I'll say that you were able to like shove them off. And you see, with a perception check of also a 20, you were able to clearly make out the reverse like colors of the king's house. So it's the king's sigil, but the colors are reversed.
You muted it.
Fuck. Okay, I was. I think you. I think Myriad might have read my lips there. I guess I've got to speak like this from now on, so that no one knows the scheming I'm doing. Roger that. Okay, so first, I wouldn't have been paying much mind to where I was going because I would have been distracted and distraught and all of that. Where am I at the moment?
So you are not like anywhere shady. You are still within the confines of like let's say that it's like a ring around like the castle and the villas. You are still within that. So you're still in a safe area.
And you said the king's colors but reversed. Do I recognize any sort of faction that would be that way or any known thing?
No.
Okay.
That's not a thing that happens. The king has his colors. He has his sigil. You don't touch it.
Okay. In that case, I would probably, once I push them off, what do they do at this point?
You would see they look like just kids. And they don't do anything. They just kind of stand there like deer in headlights.
I'm going to flee back to our villa, hoping that Father is done with whatever he was doing to clean up the mess. Probably should maybe I'll just go back to my room for the time being. Just scamper away.
Okay. You scamper away. Sadly, you can't scamper away. You are now one of the people in line for your house. Your sister walks up to you. She hands you a note. She tells you to go to the Four Danes.
Go to the Four Danes. Okay, what does the note say?
It's sealed.
Sealed.
It's got like a wax seal on it.
Am I supposed to take it to the Four Danes, or is it sealed for me to read?
Take it. No, you take it.
Okay. You gave me a note and told me to go to the Four Danes. I'm not sure if this was like information for me to see before. Come on, communicate a bit.
You take it to them. I don't know how hard that is. Theoden.
I don't know why I'm a messenger, but all right, I'll go to the Four Danes. And
if you can find our brother's child, we can use her. But until you find her, you are our messenger.
Okay, fine. I'm the messenger. Got it. I'll pretty myself up and be a nice messenger. All right. I make my way over to the Four Danes.
You make your way to the Four Danes. A few of you with secret notes. It takes you a while to get there. But the other meeting has begun. Lady Fourdane sits. It looks like a throne almost. Every household has one. And she kind of looks at everyone expectantly, and her eyes fall on Cassius first. And you are who exactly?
Yes, Sir Cassius Rourke of the Republic of Kuthia, here on behalf of the ambassador.
Okay, and you want what from me?
simply an answer will do for now. I've been instructed to inquire as to the cost of outfitting our men with leather armor, given that most of our armor is emblazoned with specific insignias and seals that we are no longer allowed to display.
Ah, I've gotten a few of these requests. Well, it would be 50 gold per chain, so I would say, yeah, I could do 50 per chainmail. If you wanted the plates and the leather work, you'd probably be looking at 150.
Yes, understood. That is all.
All right. Cassius, give me a religion or perception. I feel like those are.
Give me a second.
Yeah, should be able to.
Jesus, I've been rolling so bad.
Press.
I rolled bad last time. I rolled bad this time. It's crazy. I guess I should re-roll. I could re-roll it, but
that's up to you.
Nah.
Okay. With a 1, you have your answer. You are satisfied. Vermouth, you are sat there next to her. You have your own little throne. You are an accessory, so.
Of course, yeah.
That's what you wanted. That's what you get. Euphemia, she looks at you, waiting.
I will get up from the sofa and approach her and curtsy, fully aware that she is of higher station than I am. And I will present her with the letter that Rijat had handed me. My lady, a letter from my husband. Are you muted, Jay?
Yes. She nods and opens up the letter. And as the letter is opened, she begins to read. She tucks it back. She tucks it into, like, her jacket, I would say. She is dressed, I don't know if you guys, she's dressed like, Prince Oberyn Martell. Like, that's her vibe. Boobs out. Love it. But she, like, tucks it into her coat, I would call it. And she nods. And she says, we can talk about that after company is gone.
Of course, my lady. And I will take my position back on the sofa, waiting for the rest of the people to say whatever.
Yeah. And you see your brother, Ramsay, who has taken up the head of the household position here. He kind of walks up and he does a bow, fairly well done, and he hands her a letter and he begins to, well, we need to know if you are with the king. And they begin to have a conversation that, how many of you know Thieves' Cant?
I'm not sure if I'm there yet, but I know Thieves' Cant.
Okay. Let me see. I would say that as you're making your way to the Fordain, you do see a young woman kind of with the cloak up, making her way also. Anyone know Thieves' Cant?
I've never even heard of that. I don't know what it is.
An honorable man would never. So none of you understand it. They're having a conversation. It seems pretty heated. And the Lady Fordain at some point grabs her goblet and throws it at him.
So at that point, I'm gonna step between them.
You step between them. She kind of backs away a little bit. She steps back a little bit, and she doesn't say anything else. Ramsey gets up, and he walks out. Everyone, please make a perception check.
Boy, if I could roll above a 10, it'd be a fucking miracle.
Me too. Except for, I mean, Cassius
Not in the cards
is,
tonight.
you know, he's not dumb, but I can at least roll with this as his character. It's different for you.
I would say it's low enough. Like now, Vermouth, I would say you'd be able to notice this. Rook, DC's a little higher because you just got here. But you, Vermouth, you kind of look around, and you know your lady pretty well. She was offended, because the entirety of her villa has the sigils of Lelia and Sangatsu and Moloch and Kaladi and Ixtlan and like the Allfather. She is not a one deity person. Just like in life.
Yeah.
She cannot stick to one.
Oh boy. But you know what? I don't want to calm her down or anything. I kind of approve of her indignation and rage about it, so I'll just let it go. I'm not going to say anything. Just going to let it happen, play out.
I will say Euphemia is a little amused by the interaction. She has no idea what was said, but she is sort of sitting there with like a little smirk on her face at the fact her brother was accosted essentially by Lady Fordain.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
She was kind of pissed, and you're good. And the rest of you, I would say that what is this music? Gosh, we need to skip this one.
But I like it so
but
much.
no,
It's not about you.
it's not about you. Yeah, I would say that oh my goodness. Theoden, you walk in. Euphemia, you would notice and note exactly who this is almost instantly. This is Tania Linias, the daughter to the Linias, obviously. And you kind of see Lady Fordain's just like upset. She's like, "Oh my god, these people won't leave me alone."
Because you also said a representative from the Kel was also there, right?
That
Yes,
was Ramsey. That was who she
that was Ramsey.
tossed
Okay.
the goblet at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun times.
So she's upset. You both make it here. Is there anything you want to say, Theoden?
Yes, my lady. I'm terribly sorry for the intrusion here. I was told to give this message to you with all haste. I see you've got quite a group of friends here, but my apologies again. But I have a message for you. I hand her the
Opens
message.
another note, and she begins to read, and she kind of takes Euphemia's note. She opens them both up and puts them in front of her, crumples them and tosses them or hands them to Vermouth, and she goes, "Burn them."
And she does. Little prestidigitation, boom, burnt.
They're burnt. And she will look at Cassius. So, boy, how content are you with the current matter?
Stop. Sorry, he's got a squeaky toy.
Oh,
Fine.
dog, let him have fun.
Pets and children
It's
always
very
making
loud.
noises.
Sorry. So she asked him, how content is he with
The situation
Oh.
at court.
Well, the ambassador's opinion is quite clear, though he has not instructed me whether or not I should share it.
I'm gonna interrupt. She asked you your opinion, darling.
Right. My apologies. And then he like looks at Euphemia again as if like, should I trust her? It's definitely like a look.
Given the fact that Rujat had sent Euphemia here, Euphemia is gonna give a little nod to Cassius.
All right, then he turns back to Lady Fordain. I'm a devout follower of Rhaenyra. I believe that speaks for itself.
Well then, I believe we all have something to talk about. She kind of looks around before she says something else. Also in Thieves' Cant, which, Theoden, you can understand. She kind of seems to be calling out into the room. And the words that she says are... There we are. Where are they? I am not smart sometimes. Silwyn, I think we might have friends. Theoden, you can understand this. The rest of you cannot. She begins to kind of take off her jacket, and you do see that she is like covered in tattoos and markings of all kinds. And behind her, a door begins to open. And a hooded figure comes out. You see that Tanya she doesn't seem surprised at all. She's just kind of sitting. Does anyone want to do anything?
The who?
Pardon?
Who is there? What? I didn't
There
figure
was-
that out.
Does anyone want to do anything? Tanya is the girl who walked in with Theoden,
Oh.
and she just seems to be sitting kind of contently on one of the plush chairs.
But who is she exactly? I mean...
She is a Linias, like...
Oh, okay, that's Lydius.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Euphemia would know she is married to Zaruk, who is a Fordain.
Yes.
Okay. Did another figure enter the room, or
Not yet. You just
Okay.
see like the doors opening up. And I'm asking if anyone wants to do anything before this happens.
No.
Since Vermouth is very familiar with Lady Fordain, does she feel like something's about to start to go down, say,
No.
outside?
She seems very calm.
Oh, okay.
She's not-
Then
yeah, she's
Vermouth
just
is
chill.
just reflecting Lady Fordain's attitude and body language of being calm. This is a normal Tuesday. Doesn't care.
Okay.
Would we have caught the name that she said, though?
Yes.
So that's the queen, right?
Silwyn?
No, that's not it's the brother. Hold on. I have notes somewhere.
So, Queen. Let's see, I have it written down the brother's name too somewhere.
The queen's name is Eowyn. The
Eowyn.
king's
Oh, okay. So then
are-
Silwyn is the brother, the twin brother.
Yeah, that was cast out now.
Well, he's been demoted from prince to like a minor lord. If that's correct.
You are correct.
I'm just making a note to debrief Burke, and this is something I should have known.
Burke did not tell you about this. Burke was very secretive about this bit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk.
In his defense, you did fire him. Like, he did get fired from his position. And now he's
hates
below
you, so he's not going to tell you jack shit.
So these doors begin to open. And kind of hooded, he walks around the throne, and he sits next to Euphemia, and pulls his hood down, and he looks like a carbon copy of the king. With the exception that over his, like, half of his face is slit down. It's like slit, like he's got a scar going down the side of his face.
So they are identical twins, or I thought you had mentioned they were fraternal twins.
They were fraternal twins, but he looks like his brother currently.
Okay, very much like his brother. Okay.
So he kind of sits, and he's just, he doesn't say anything. He just sits, and the Lady Fordain stays on her little throne, and she talks to Euphemia. Your husband says that you're willing to give, seems like 2,000 men?
If that is what he has written in the note, then yes.
Pardon me. Let me rephrase. I take the word of both the wife and husband as equal. If you say no, he has no place.
Yes, 2,000.
2,000. Good. He looks to Theoden. Yours says 5. And some ships. Your father, not your husband. Though I do not judge.
Roger that. Yes, if that is what he says, then that is what will be provided. I stand behind him in this and all matters. As a son and not a husband, to be perfectly clear.
Again,
be
we
a
do
bit
not
awkward,
judge.
love.
Husband, father.
Definitely not. Just father. Just father is enough.
Very well. Father and husband have decided to join our cause. Well, Cassius, or Sir Cassius, correct?
That is correct.
You seem not very content with the title. Let me be clear. You are now a part of a conspiracy.
So I am.
Everyone. Yes, you... she looks at Euphemia. You will have to teach him.
If Cassius is within, like, arm's reach of Euphemia is just gonna give him, like, a attempt at being a comfort, just like a little pat on the arm.
Are you inquiring as to what I have to offer?
Yes, dear. This is how these things work.
Would I mean, we're obviously a lot further away. So I don't know if offering, like, aid of manpower is even possible.
I would say that you have very few well-trained men. I'd say you have, like, maybe 200 here just to, like, take care of the ambassador. Just in case anything like this happened, you could make your way out. But what you do have, at least from your ambassador, is information.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has the king's ear because he is an ambassador.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't think we have, like, we're kind of a little bit further away. then yeah. So Cassius looks back at her. Unfortunately, we from Kuthia do not have much in the way of anything to offer physically on hand. However, Bernard, whatever his title is, Sir, Lord Bernard?
It would be Lord.
Lord Bernard does have an ear with the king. So it should be possible to arrange a meeting between you.
That can be done. I would need to talk to your ambassador directly.
Of course.
Just so everyone knows, you have 2 inspiration points. If you didn't have some before, now you do. And I get 2 anti-hero points, so haha. I'm gonna use them for things.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Thank you to whoever it was.
I believe it was Bashman, right? Always Bashman.
Yay.
Yeah. You have... Everyone has those checked off?
Yes.
Great.
Byron.
Oh, it's an extra inspo. So, add another one. That is my bad. Alright.
My inspos are already full up. I don't know what to do with them.
Do you have 5?
I have 3.
You have 3. You can add another extra 2. You just have to keep track of those. Because I can't add 5.
I'll try to remember.
I just added to my notes.
Long shot, but curious, Silwyn, what was he didn't have the same sort of colors and sigil as the kids who tried to attack me, did he?
You can't,
Okay.
like, before he was...
No, like right now, like he...
No, he's in a black cloak. He just
Okay.
looks like, if you were to see him from far away, he just looks like some, beggar on the street.
Okay, he's trying to connect the dots.
All right. Yeah. So you...
Good thought, though.
Yeah. So you would have some things to offer. It would just be information she accepts. She kind of looks to Silwyn to say something, and he's mute. And then you hear Tanya pipe up. Well, I would say that maybe the Red Swords can offer a little more, can't they? I have 5,000 men going to die.
As you know, we are a private army. We are not one funded by the Vesemir household.
Very well aware. Now, I still think perhaps 3,000 would do. Maybe 200 more? 500?
Can I, roll an insight check to see what her angle is?
Yes.
$18.
Let me roll. With an 18, you can read her. She is trying to push you. That is her entire goal here.
Euphemia will sort of lean back in her seat, just kind of a little more relaxed. We've offered 2,000. If there's a need for more, we will reevaluate at a later date. But that is the number that we offer right now.
If I were to go to Drift, do you think he would offer more?
I imagine that he will side with my husband in the matter.
Curious, your husband. Tanya will look to Rook.
Who's standing there utterly confused by all these people and what the hell is going on. Why is there a miniature king in here?
Tanya will look to Rook and then to Vermouth. I know you from somewhere, the both of you.
Do I recognize her?
Give me a
history.
Give me a history. Yeah, give me a history check.
Great, -2.
0. Great, awesome.
Not a clue.
No fucking idea. Again, you got inspo points.
I like better than I don't recognize him. Who are you?
I'll use an inspiration and also roll history because I don't remember either.
Okay.
God.
You did so much better.
With a 9, she looks very familiar, and not from this lifetime. She looks like someone from a long time ago.
No.
How long ago? I mean, I'm like almost 300 years old. You gotta narrow that down for me.
That's it. You look so much older.
We're gonna kill the Dragonborn.
She looks at you, Rook, and she goes, "You were the egg that wouldn't hatch."
Wait a minute. Who are you? Who told you that?
I'm Tanya.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Druid. My entire purpose is to help you.
You were one of the nurses.
Yes. A very long time ago.
Well, yes, I barely remember it. I was very little.
From many years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Is Tanya also a wood elf?
Yes.
Okay.
Tanya is a wood elf. She is like tan skin, like black curly hair. It's like put up into like half do. She's really pretty, but she's also kind of off-putting.
Stacy? Oh.
Yes. She's more off-putting.
Don't talk about my nurse that way.
And she looks at Brooke and she goes, "Conspiracy. Truly, a good egg you became."
I try, and like I'm trying to give her the look like ease up on the storytelling.
Sorry. She will look at everyone and she will go, "Well, a good crew you have." She'll look to Silwyn. You need.
They're coming about.
Like it.
Oh my god.
She will look to the room and kind of clock everyone, and I hate to be this person, but I will need you all to do some work for us. She'll look to Vermouth. I'm certain your children would be very proud of you.
You have
I don't
children?
know what you're talking about.
No. Well, the only reason I know a lot of things is because the sexton has taken a wife, and as many of you know, that is not acceptable. Well, he took a wife many years ago when he was just a curator. She is, I believe, still alive, if maybe not in all of her senses. She's just past the inner circle, past the villas of all of you. And with the titles and the not so obvious people here, I believe that you could all make it past into the outer circle and find her.
I'm sorry, what?
We're going on an adventure. We're going to find somebody. What's she look like? Just tell me. We're on our way. When do we leave?
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm Rook.
And where do you come from? Why are you here?
Oh, well, I work for her. She's my nurse. That's pretty much it. And we're going to save somebody. What more do you need?
I suppose that answers that.
Vermouth will lean over towards Lady Fordane's like, he has puppy energy. I just, like I said, I didn't like him.
Puppy?
We should have given him away. You know.
He's done good work so far, dear.
Yeah, take that.
He's only been here for like 5 days.
Yes, and he's still more competent than Burke.
That's true.
Mm.
I feel like our standards have really lowered since we left for the capital.
You know you're the reason I'm here, right?
No, because she doesn't recall. She's not acknowledging anything.
You got me in. You introduced me.
I said you looked interesting and entertaining. Like,
well, there you go. Yes.
It's your fault.
And now she doesn't want you.
Too bad you're stuck with me.
Lady Fordane will look over and go, if you become my wife, I'll listen to you more. For now, he stays.
At the mention of the whole, marriage wife thing, she kind of like pouts and is like, fuck, you got me there.
I'm making a note of that.
Euphemia catches that and she just mouths, wife?
And Cassius does the same thing.
Yeah. Tanya will offer up this piece will offer you guys to this quest, I suppose. And kind of looks at everyone.
I'm gonna put my arm around Theoden and it's like, we're gonna have so much fun.
What is it that you hope will happen if we find her?
Well, I find that people tend to keep secrets with their spouses. Perhaps something that we do not know about him. About the sexton. Or not the sexton. Oh my god, not the sexton. What is the curator for the king. That is my bad. I misspoke.
So what does the curator do exactly? And if you say curate, I will be very sad.
Curator, they are the religious heads of a household.
Okay. Oh, so he has a wife that he's not supposed to have.
We believe so.
I see. So
we've gathered.
So we're not after exposing the relationship. We just want information from her, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And his ex-wife. I believe they can be very vindictive.
Oh, it's not an active wife, it's an ex-wife. Okay, that makes it
interesting.
So much more interesting, yes.
Do we have a description?
It's easier to get the information.
Yes, this one loses me a little bit. I believe the last description that we had of her was a dwarf with a beard, red hair, and large blue eyes. She was a courtesan.
I'll look over at Vermouth.
Again, just not making eye contact with him. If I don't look at him, none of this is happening.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I'm not acknowledging it. It's not happening.
And we might find her where exactly in the outer circle?
The outer circle. How many of you are good with travel with a horse or trees?
Trees.
Trees.
If you carve the trees down and make them into a ship,
Yes.
I'm excellent.
No.
Vermouth kind of, since nobody else is saying anything, she kind of sighs like, I know some stuff about trees.
I'm a
I'm not going to elaborate. I know some stuff about trees. That's it.
I'm a
You know some stuff about
soldier,
trees.
not a dendrologist.
That's a big word I did not think you would know.
I can read.
I think just doing that word makes you the expert of the group, if I'm being honest.
Euphemia is just starting to like Cassius more and more every time he talks.
He doesn't say much.
But when he does, it's important.
Yeah, you guys, oh my god, I lost my train of thought. My apologies.
Go catch it.
Great. So, does anyone else say anything else?
Do we get like a sort of location as to where we might be going?
Yes. She gives you the name of a town. It is called... Name! That's the same name as a thing. Naylath.
Like Nalith, but not?
Yeah. It's just outside the city. It is kind of where people go to get, like, metal work done.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
So, point of order. We've just pledged men to a cause. Should we be swearing some sort of oath? I assume to His Grace Silwyn, or how does that work exactly?
Well, you did not pledge yourself. Your family pledged for you.
Fair enough.
And I have not seen your brother anywhere. So...
My
you are
father's
all
still the head of the
like-
family, but yes.
Yes. I meant that I cannot get him to pledge anything.
Sure, fair enough.
You are here. You are what I can use.
As long as we're being useful.
Good. Now, that is all you have. Is anyone against going to Nele?
I should get permission from my lord, but I expect he will have no problem with it.
Very well. Make certain that you all know what you're getting into.
Euphemia, Lady Vesemir,
Yes, darling.
what are we getting into?
How to put this delicately? A political nightmare.
Starting a coup.
A coup I can handle.
There you go.
It'll be fine.
You know, it's words like those that are going to get you killed. Are going to make your short lifespan even shorter.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, why don't we ixnay on the UK? Just call
On
it
the who?
a circumstance.
Is that the...
Some sort of bastardized common.
I
so-
don't know. I think it
sorry,
was,
just a coded language from back home. Why don't we cool it on the use other terminology? You know, just like maybe a happenstance or a.
Isn't everybody in this room in on it?
The walls have ears. Everybody knows the walls have ears. I'm new to court. Even I know the walls have ears.
It's true. We don't know who could be listening in.
Fine.
All right. Yeah. Lady Fordain says something in Thieves' Cant to the Lady Naelith. No, Linias, and yeah, they say something, and I would say, Theoden, you can translate this if you want to the rest of the group, but actually, I will message it to you. But everything kind of calms down after that. They begin to exchange some words. Is there anything anyone else wants to do?
Aside from like the obvious off-screen fact that he would check to make sure that it's fine, he's not going to wander off without having said anything. And then also, he'd want to make sure that he knows who is taking his place if he's leaving and who's going to be watching the ambassador. And then also he'd also explain to the ambassador, you know, what he just heard, not to reiterate everything again, and explain it all, and tell him that the Lady Fordain may call upon him for a favor that, you know, works in our favor, to use his I guess like you said, the ear he has with the king, his sway to use information potentially in the future.
Okay. Yeah, Bernard will take that information in, and all he'll tell you, as you know, he will make sure that he has guards and all that stuff, but as you walk away, you make friends very easily, it seems. And you will be able to, you know, leave. I will say we can take a break now, just so we can refresh a little bit, get refreshed and refreshment. Come back. There's more where this came from, I promise. Sorry, my voices are kind of off. I was sick. I still am. But here we are. Come back in 5 to 10 minutes, and we will be here, still playing this game. Welcome back. All right, we're here. Someone killed their brother. Stuff's going on. You guys left the Fordain Villa. You weren't pushed out, but you were ushered into like the gardens. Vermouth, you were also ushered into the gardens. What are you guys gonna do?
Pout that I've been ushered out to the gardens. I need a parasol. I need to keep my pale skin, from dangerous sun rays.
There's a parasol. I will say this garden is prepared for whatever Vermouth has.
Okay.
Like whatever she can complain
it's
about.
Vermouth proof?
It's Vermouth proof. There's like
Yeah.
plush little like chairs, a parasol,
Lovely. Perfect.
strawberries.
So we're all with each other right now?
Yes.
Well, Cassius would have gone like immediately back. So if this is like directly after, he probably would have been like, I'll BRB.
Okay.
And like hopped out for however long it takes to run and talk and come back. Probably like 20 minutes.
It's probably the same. When are we setting out? Perhaps we should agree to meet somewhere at some time so we can all check back with whoever else we're collaborating with here.
What time
Families,
of the
friends.
day?
Pardon?
What time of day is it?
I would say it's like noon.
Perhaps we should leave in the morning then. Far less suspicious for a group of us to be leaving in the morning than it is at night.
Makes sense. But how do we make a group like this look natural? I'm not sure this motley crew has any reason to be together outside of what we know that no one else should.
Well, obviously we don't leave together. We leave separately. We meet somewhere else outside together. Have you not ever done a meetup before?
I mean, most of the things I do are above board, so no, I don't have a lot of experience in this.
Oh. Okay. Well, from past experiences, you leave separately at different times, pick a location outside of castle walls to meet up. Usually within a 2 to 3 day window.
I don't mind setting out first. I don't expect to have much to pack at all, though it would, I believe, look somewhat believable to have me accompanying at least one of you, perhaps Lady Vesemir.
I see no problem with that. You would have to change your garb, however.
That is acceptable. I change once today.
I will. If we're going to leave in the morning, if you want to meet me at the Vesemir Villa, I will provide you with your new attire then.
Yes, my lady.
All right, so the morning then. We'll meet outside of the city.
He nods and uses the opportunity to head back because he knows where he needs to be in the morning.
Works for me.
Once that is decided, Euphemia will make her way back to the Vesemir Villa to tell Rijat of what has happened.
Muted.
Okay. My bad. Is there anything anyone else wants to do?
Well, it's afternoon, but at night, can I go look for Clive?
Yes, you can.
Good.
You kind of run down to where you said to meet. And Clive he's just sitting. He's waiting.
Good. I will take a seat like across from him at the table. I said, all right, you're here for work, right?
Yeah.
And I know you're representing Raylon.
For now, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give him some of the details, but like basically I need somebody I trust to keep an eye and come into I forgot the name of the house. The one I'm in now. Fourdain, thank you. I was so focused on what I wanted to talk to him. So I want 2 guys that we can trust that can come in as soldiers. They're actually going to take a position doing some recon for the guards that need to be offered up. So we need 2 men for that. We're gonna pay well, and I want somebody that can come take my place while I'm out and about right now. Not take my place, but stand in for me as my eyes, because I don't fully trust Burke. He's kept too many secrets already. Like, there's a guy in the closet.
A guy in a closet?
Yeah, I'll explain later. Just get me people we can trust.
Well, I can do that, but just guy in a closet. You gotta. Weird. Okay. I can do that. I would say you might. A lot of the people have already been taken. You might. I forgot his accent. That's on me. You might want to. You might want to look somewhere else. I can help you find maybe 2 people.
Oh.
That's it? That's all you need?
I need 3.
3. Ah, shit. If you pay the 3 brothers enough, they'll find somebody.
The 3 brothers, I feel like I should know who they are.
Criminals. They'd like to transport things.
Okay. But can we trust them?
You have money?
Well, I can take my salary and transfer it over to them. It's got to be more than any of them are going to make just working as soldiers.
You got 20? 20 gold?
I think I'm getting paid 28, so yeah.
Right, yeah, no, you can. I finally remembered what he sounds like. Yeah, no, you can, transfer that over. They'll get you anybody.
Okay, perfect. So I'll give him half now. So I'll give him like 10 now, and then the rest when everybody's in place.
Okay, yeah, right. I can get you 3 brothers. 1 from them. I will say one of them's insane. One of them I think's a psychopath, sociopath, no emotion, except when he talks, and then he's scary, and then the other one is just young looking. Also violent.
Violent could be good as long as they're violent on the right side. Like when the time comes, they know who their allegiance is to, right?
I'll get the priest's son to do it. It's alright. I can do that.
Good. I'm trusting you, Clive. Don't mess this up.
That's a lot of pressure.
Listen, think about what happened in Dalhurst. You owe me one.
You don't have to keep bringing it up.
I haven't brought it up in years. I haven't seen you in months.
Right, but it's the first thing that you say, and it's rude.
It's not the first. We've had a whole conversation. I bought you a drink yesterday.
I don't remember it because I was drunk.
That's your fault, not mine. Don't worry. I won't bring it up for another month. And I'll hand him on the shoulder and be like, I gotta be off. Make sure. Don't mess this up.
I won't fuck it up. Jeez.
All right. Good. And I'll head back to where I'm supposed to meet everybody else.
Yeah. He goes off and he does what he's supposed to do. Anyone else?
I'm just going to speak to Rajat. That's it.
Let's go Theoden first.
Okay, I'd like to speak with my father, if possible, if he's around.
Yeah, he's around.
All right, yeah, I'll just speak with him privately, hopefully.
Yeah.
Father, I delivered the message, and I've got to leave town for a bit. A group of us are serving the cause, I suppose.
Right. Well, as far as I know, you should be fairly safe.
Good. Yes, leaving town here, the dates could get mixed up. I'm just going to, my story is just going to be that there is no story. I was just out and about yesterday, and I imagine it'll get lost in all of the shuffle anyway. Where are you saying... How are you explaining my brother's absence, though? Just...
He'll be
Curious.
dragged out of the river soon.
Got it. Okay. Never much of a swimmer, was he, Vinric?
No, especially not when there's a knife in his neck. And his
Fair enough.
purse is empty of gold.
Got it. That would impede someone's swimming ability. Yes. Just I didn't know it would be. I didn't know how you were going to do it, and I didn't realize I factored in.
Well, the original plan was never to make you kill your own brother, but having him ousted while the court is in a frenzy is never good, and it looks terrible. A dead son looks a lot better.
Sure. It might be for the best that I'm out of town when he's found. I have to do a bit less appearances, just come back, and hopefully it will have all blown over by then.
Yes, we've prepared your black clothing for when you return.
Thank you, much appreciated. So this is it then. This is the. I guess I'm glad we're doing something. I felt like we were behind. I think as painful as it was, having this trouble behind us will really be helpful. We can focus on the other task at hand. It can never be simple, but
It's life at court. Nothing is simple, son.
I suppose maybe I'll have to get used to it. The seas are definitely calmer, and I say that having just been through a near-death experience out there. They are maybe the more tameable of the two.
Yes, don't go dying. You are the only son.
Oh, that is true. I'll do my best.
Is that it?
Yes, I think so. I think.
Good. Oh, find yourself a wife as soon as you can. Go.
Over to that. I'd also like to speak with Can, if I could.
Khan? Yeah, you can speak with her.
So, no, I don't know.
She's just hanging outside. She's hanging around outside. She just.
Sure. Yes, I will ask her to come to. Well, there's no way that can. It will sound bad, but it won't be bad. I'll ask her to come to my chambers so we can speak in private.
She goes up to your rooms and she opens the door, or she knocks. She just kind of waits.
Yes, please come in and shut the door behind you. I've got some news regarding your father.
Okay. She opens the door, comes in, stands there.
This is, I guess, hard to say, but maybe easier. Your father's killer has been brought to justice, we could say. But you must tell no one about this.
No one?
No one.
Why?
Because it would make the house look bad with all of the goings on at the moment. We're trying to sort of keep everything hush hush and keep appearances up. So I guess you no longer need to worry about following him. And honestly, I would hate for you to end up caught up in all of that anyway. It's nasty business. So for the time being, your job for me is done, and just try to keep your nose clean from here going forward. Who
So
are you?
You don't want to know about Tessa?
What about Tessa? Sorry, yes, I sure. I probably do, if you have information.
Well, she went away a while ago, and she hasn't come back. And when she did come back, she smelled a lot of a man's cologne. But I don't think she was doing the things that she said she was doing, or the things that people would imply. Imply. You smell like blood.
She smelled like blood.
You smell like blood. She didn't smell like blood. She smelled like a man.
Okay. She smelled like a man.
Perfume.
Okay. Sure. She smelled like a man's perfume. And what was it? Was it the kind of perfume that Vinric would be wearing?
No. No. It was a lot cleaner. Less like good sea, more like good forest.
Good forest. Okay. Just to clarify, Tessa was the one who was trying to become legitimized as his wife or partner, correct? Vinric's partner. Someone else.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, that's certainly interesting. I appreciate the knowledge. Speaking of knowledge, if you worship someone other than knowledge, it's not for me to say who you should worship, but just stay out of trouble while we sort things out at the upper levels. There's still lots of mechanisms in play. I know that I've been told I think there's a King's Council, there's a King's Council that could still sway the decisions. So abide by it for now, but just keep your nose clean. And I guess, you can keep tabs on Tessa and let me know. I'll be out of town for a few days though, so just keep your nose clean. No one else knows about our arrangement here, so just try not to get into anything.
Like cabinets?
No, you can get into try not to get into trouble. Trying to get into trouble.
Oh.
Which means all the things that you tell me about how I smell and all that, don't say that to anyone else, because some people are less kind than I am, less jovial and forgiving.
Yeah.
And also, could you make me smell like the good sea again? I kind of like that. It makes me feel more confident.
Good sea, I can give you good sea smell. Yeah. She goes into a cabinet that you locked, and she rummages through, and she throws a bunch of oils together, mixes them up, does a little alchemy, and she just puts it in a squirt bottle and she squirts this perfume on you. Like
excellent,
that?
excellent.
Or
Yes.
Bath.
Well, that depends. Do I still smell like I've been hunting?
No. More like good sea.
Good sea.
Never great sea. Good sea only.
You break my heart, Con. You break my heart. Good sea will have to do. I just want to... I'm going out of town for a bit. Want to impress the people I meet along the way. Kind of, I guess, official business, so I'm excited for that. But yes, anyway, keep your nose clean.
Cover for you.
Would I like you to what?
Cover. Cover. He went out on a hunt or something.
Yes,
that went out to meet a courtesan.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Yes. Yes, try cover as though. Let's make it a dual layer cover. Let's pretend that you're. So you claim that I'm hunting, but sort of not so believable, so they think I'm meeting someone clandestine like my asshole brother would have done. But in reality, I'm not doing either of those things. It's like a double blind, double bluff.
Yeah, or I can do that. I've done that a few times.
Clever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah. Good talk. And
yes.
she whacks you on the shoulder and goes, "I'm good to go now."
Yes, please do.
Your room smells like bad sea, so I'm gonna go. And she leaves.
I spray the bottle a little bit around the room to try to get the good sea, and then I give up. Try to get some rest.
Of it. All right, get some rest. Euphemia is eating, so
I'm fine.
You sure? I can just go to someone. All right.
No, it's fine.
Euphemia, you wanted to go talk to Rajat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
My big strong husband.
Big strong husband do big strong husband things. Yeah, I'd say he's out in like the trading yard. He's kind of playing with your kids.
I'm just gonna kind of like probably like not really announce myself and just like sort of lean and watch them play. Just fully realizing that with how things are going, there's a chance that this may not play out in our favor. We might not we could very well pay the cost of our actions. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of watch them, and then if my eye happens to catch Rajat's, I will kind of wave him over to me.
Yeah, it doesn't take him too long. You know your husband. Anytime you're within a certain distance, he will kind of sense you and look back. He ushers the children to go play on their own, and he walks up to you.
How are we like very alone? Like there's definitely no one. Okay.
Do you want to make a perception check to be sure?
All right, I'll make a perception check to be sure. 12.
Yeah, with a 12, I'll say you can kind of tell nobody's around.
I met with Lady Fordain. However, I was not the only one there.
All right. Who was there?
Deverett.
That was not a surprise.
Tenya Linnaeus as well.
He kind of stops. That's a new one.
She was trying to get a rise out of me. Said we could offer more men.
She's not wrong.
No, but that was what we offered.
Yeah.
Lady Fordain seemed pleased with it. I don't see why she, of all people, should butt her nose into our affairs.
I don't know.
Another person was there as well.
Who?
Silwen.
I thought he was across the sea.
Was sitting right next to me. Mute.
Did you say anything?
Didn't no. Nothing.
Quiet.
Scar across his face.
Quiet.
Something's happened. Something awful happened to that boy.
Well, like most of us who lived with the sword masters, a lot of bad things happened to us. But
there's the Dragonborn that I had spoken to after the oath swearing was there as well. It seems he's in the employ of Lady Fordain, or maybe just Lady Fordain's companion.
that is hard. Yeah.
I was trying to be nice about it.
It's you and me. I don't care.
Yes, her whore. And the ambassador of Kuthia, one of his swan swords.
Oh, this is a lot bigger than I thought.
Oh, and my brother also stopped in as well. Not sure of the exact conversations. No, the bad one, Ramsay.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, what an asshole. Him and Lady Fordain had some choice words. I'm not sure what they were, but she did throw a goblet at him. It was quite the show.
She hit him?
No, unfortunately. Would have been walking here with a much bigger smile on my face if she had.
Yes. Next time, make sure to get her a bigger goblet.
Maybe I'll just use
Make
a
sure
little.
It hits. Right.
Anyway, I believe the Deveretts were offering 5,000. The Linnaeus were offering another 5,000. We have the ambassador of Kuthia will be offering intelligence, if anything. And we, myself and the rest of the party that were there, are to go find the ex-wife of, was it the curator?
Yeah.
Of the curator outside of Nileth.
Oh, that's not too far away. You should be able to get there and back soon.
Yes. I'm not too worried about it. They hope to find information from her ex-wives and all that.
Well,
nothing worse than a woman scorned.
Right. Do you want me to send someone with you?
No, actually, the lovely god for the ambassador of Kuthia will be accompanying me. However, we will need a change of clothes for him. I'm going to pose him as one of your red swords.
Is any good?
Seems to be. I doubt they would send him trotting along for all these well-to-do errands if he wasn't.
As long as he doesn't do a piss poor job, then I don't mind.
Should be fine. And then there's that other Devered, and then the Dragonborn. I'm sure we won't really run into any issues.
All right. Well, yeah, I can get that sorted. Children are off to bed.
We leave in the morning, so.
Right. I assume you want to go say goodnight to him.
Yes.
Great. I will see you in our quarters. I will have everything ready by then.
Euphemia is just gonna sort of take his hand into hers and like press it. This is like her sort of goodbye to him, just pressing a kiss on the top of his hand as she makes her way to go tuck her children into bed.
Okay. He accepts it and goes off to do what he was told to do. Anyone else? Vermouth? No? All right.
I mean, she's kind of pouty because she doesn't really want to go, but I mean, if she has to, she has to.
Lady Fordain will make you complacent in the way that she knows how. And
so gifts and jewels and food?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
And you guys go to bed. Morning comes around. It is, crack of dawn. Light is barely coming up from the sun. Like birds still asleep. Euphemia, you are awoken by your husband. You said you needed to leave in the morning. He wakes you up. He helps you get dressed, and he kind of shows you where the armor that he has laid out is.
Yeah, I'm gonna get dressed in like sort of traveler clothes, like knowing that I'll probably be walking a lot, so not like pants or anything, but more of like a travel dress that's more lightweight, less fancy. Still bearing the Vestimir colors. And yeah, I'm going to wait for Cassius to show up.
I don't know how early she's up. Cassius is always very punctual. In fact, annoyingly so. So he might even just be like kind of half dozing on the doorstep.
I imagine that Euphemia kind of like opens the door and like is a little like, oh, you're here already. Oh, hello.
He would like startle, kind of like, huh, and he's not in any kind of armor for once. So this like, and you can see that he's, as you might expect, but maybe aren't sure, underneath the armor, like he is definitely very well built. Like this guy has spent his whole life like doing military stuff. So it's sort of surprising in a way because he's somewhat ordinary looking at first, and then it's kind of like, oh wait, this guy actually like might be, there's a little bit more to him than that.
Oh wow, look at this Greek god.
Basically. Ordinary looking, but then you're like, huh.
Euphemia will like, she'll give him like a once over, but it's not in like any sort of like gauging your actual appearance way, just like I've not seen you out of armor yet, and you look very capable. Yeah. Which is good for Euphemia. And she will sort of wave you along, give you a little, come along, dear.
Yes, my lady, of course. Were you able to acquire some armor for me to wear? As you said, not bring my... Good.
You will be posing as one of my husband's soldiers, one of the Red Swords. It will be the least conspicuous way for us to leave the city, as I am usually in the presence of one.
Understood. Shouldn't be too difficult.
And then I will show Cassius into a changing room where they can change.
Cassius, you see laid out black and red armor with gold inlays, like rivets. Yeah. There's like a sword symbol like crossing over the chest. And that's about it. It's just, it looks very simple.
Those are cool colors. I look like 10 times cooler.
You do.
When you step out, Euphemia will like compliment you, be like, "Oh, you look dashing, darling."
Oh, thank you, my lady. This is definitely new for me.
Suits
he kind of looks at himself like, He's probably worn like the same colors his whole life.
Euphemia will definitely notice him kind of like just like checking himself out in the mirror and be like kind of like just once again very amused by him, just like what a sweet little lad. Even though he's definitely bigger than her.
And the thing is too, he's like, he may not look it exactly, but he's like 28. So like,
so yeah, they're the same age almost.
Yeah,
he's actually older than her.
He's like 28, 29-ish. He's actually like bordering on the like, why aren't you married yet? Are you married? Kind of a thing. That toxic
and then
rate.
We will go to where we're supposed to meet everyone else.
Yes.
All right, you guys meet up outside of the city. Yeah, you guys, that's it. Is everyone else just gonna be there? Do they have something to do before they go?
No.
All right. You guys make it to the outside of the city. Vermouth, you have been like covered in like very modestly in a dress that is very uncomfortable to walk in. But it is what she thought might make you the least stand out-ish. So...
And also, just to help out, I will use prestidigitation to make my hair blonde.
All right.
I mean, why not? I can do that.
It's true.
Cast prestidigitation, your hair is blonde. You guys meet outside the city. What are you guys gonna do?
So did we decide to meet up at like a tavern or bar, a safe house, halfway house?
A park.
Muted.
Park.
Are we in Melee or no?
Yeah, you guys would be like right on the outside of. It doesn't take that long to get there. It's like maybe an hour.
Yeah, we'd probably meet up like at the town gates.
Okay.
Wouldn't the guards see us there?
I imagine there's guards all over the place.
But we're outside of the capital, which is what matters.
Yeah, these guards wouldn't be able to pick us up by sight, right?
I am an 8-foot-tall dragonborn. I think they'll recognize me.
Well, they might not recognize you. You could look like every other dragonborn they've ever seen.
No, I am like no other.
We can meet in a tavern. If that would make more sense.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like that would be less conspicuous. So now we have to force Jay to make up a name of a tavern.
I said a park. I was trying to make it easy. Could have been by a tree, a big oak.
Big ass oak.
And that's the name of the bar. The Big Ass.
That's the name of the Big Ass Oak is the name of the bar.
There was a little confusion because like half of us thought we were going to a park, the other half thought we were going to the tavern.
You guys meet up halfway and you're like, yeah, it's over this way, and you guys just get mixed up again. But yeah, you got sure. The tavern is called the Big Ass Oak. You guys can meet up there. This place isn't super shady. It looks very run-of-the-mill, like a run-of-the-mill tavern. Beds, obviously tavern. Food. What do you guys want to do?
Can we ask the bartender about the ex-wife?
Yeah. Behind the bar is an orc. He's cleaning some cups. What do you ask him exactly?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like saddle up to the bar and be like, "Hi, love. I was wondering if you happen to see a female dwarf, red hair, red beard, big blue eyes. Maybe she might be a courtesan."
Let's see how smart this guy is. He's a smart dude. He's just sure. Blue eyes, beard, dwarf, very uncommon. Sounds like woman, lives a few houses that way. He points to the west.
Could you describe the house? Just so I don't want to knock on the wrong door, you know?
Big house.
Terribly awkward.
Red door. Covered in like bees. Many beehives.
Oh. Okay.
Like vineyard, small vineyard, but with bees. Vineyard,
Like
if you will.
A vineyard. Okay. I like
Cassius
that.
will step in because he speaks Orcish and try to get a better translation from this guy.
Yeah, no. He will look at Euphemia and go, "Vineyard, I don't know what you want from me. That's as good as I can give you."
Euphemia will be satisfied with that description. Big house, red door. Seems pretty something that you would be able to pinpoint fairly easily. She will slide a gold over to him and thank him for the information.
Okay, he'll take it and pocket it. He will yell something in Orcish that I will say, Cassius, you can pick up. He tries to yell something he remembered. I don't know the words, but I think her children died a few years ago. She's very sad, so don't step on her flowers.
Cassius is just, as they're walking away, is just like horrified by that. And he would clarify back in Orcish. You said her children died?
Yes, her children. They died.
From
Sickness.
what? Sickness.
Sickness. It ravaged the land. A few decade, maybe a century ago, it ravaged the land and it started up here again. You know.
I see. Of course. Lady Vesemir, the barkeep just informed me that her children passed away recently, I believe.
Of what?
Illness.
Could I do like a check to figure out what type of illness it was? Like that might have, if it was like widespread.
You can give me I'll say you can give me like a history or an intelligence check.
Okay.
And Cass will say that apparently
16.
it's happened before, just to help make that easier.
With a 16, yeah, I'll say that you know that like a few years, 3 or 4 years ago, what people called like the sickness kind of ravaged a few small towns. It seemed to like it was like fever, like coughing. Sometimes it would just end with like them not being able to breathe, and they would just die in their sleep.
Euphemia will recall this and sort of nod a little bit sadly, just kind of mutter to herself, "Oh, the poor dear. Come along," and she will kind of motion for the rest of the party to follow.
I will follow along.
Yep, same.
Vermouth, you do hear this as well. Because he did yell it out as a...
Yeah. It just makes her go very quiet. But also she's kind of fussing with her for clothing a bit, you know, trying to like loosen up the neckline, thinking about cutting it off. Just, you know, she's uncomfortable, but, you know, she heard it. Doesn't want to talk about it. Doesn't want to acknowledge it, and we'll move on.
Yeah. Just because you are the only other person who speaks Orc. Okay. Yeah. You quickly... Actually, give me an Arcana check. Anyone who is looking for this house.
I'm using
My best roll all game is on a -1 skill.
God damn it. 13. My 16 was better. No, 13. 13's better.
13 is better. Does anyone else want to use inspiration before I tell you?
I'll use my other bonus one real quick.
I guess I might as well use one just for funsies.
Okay.
I'm just letting them look.
Now I don't have to keep track of anything.
Nope.
Valid. Okay. With a 15, 15 is what I can is what I was looking for. With a 15, you kind of scan the area. You do see a house with a big red door, but there is no beanyard or bee, whatever. A bunch of bees. You don't see a bunch of bees.
Beehives.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this the place?
I'm not beanyard. I was hoping it was actually a bean, like they grow beans.
A beanyard.
Oh. But you don't see any
apiary. If it's for bees, and it's a whole bunch of bee
it's an apiary.
Cool. I remembered a big word.
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't see any bees.
That's odd. Do I look for? So she's gonna look around the ground, the front yard, whatever, for flowers.
Yeah, there's a lot of flowers. Kind of like a bunch of wild flowers that have just grown.
But nothing in particular. It's just kind of like average the mill wildflowers. Not like it's been a tended garden and these are the flowers that they tend to, that type of thing.
Yeah, I'll say that you see that most of them are wildflowers. There's a few like roses that you can see that have been pruned.
Okay.
But that is about it. Like, not much.
Well, there's no bees. And is this the only house with a red door?
Yes.
That's weird.
Maybe she gave it up.
What, taking care of bees?
Yeah.
It was her hobby, and then her children died, and along with them dying, so did her passions.
I was thinking the stinging, but that could be true too.
I could be allergic to bees. That would be awful. So I guess we should make our way to the little house, the red door, since it's the only one with the red door. Oh, mind the flowers. Don't step on them, please.
Okay.
Just saying.
I will, go up and knock on the door.
All right.
Just a quick question. Are we taking her into custody?
No, we're gonna
okay.
try. We're trying to like coerce her into revealing information.
Ooh, intimidation. Got it.
Coerce or persuade, or does it matter?
Are they the same thing?
I mean, I think they're two routes to the same city.
There's a lot of routes to that city.
Do you have a proposal? Do you have a favorite route?
Convince.
So persuasion.
Persuasion.
Okay.
Using some of that diplomacy and whatnot, that charm of yours.
All right. All right. You guys knock on the door.
Knock knock, motherfuckers. I don't say that. Euphemia doesn't say that.
I would hope not. I mean,
If Cassius will gladly go first if there's ever any hesitation. He's a meat shield.
perfect. I mean, how useful?
He'll knock.
Yeah. You knock. It takes a second, but you hear an older woman coming to the door. She Hello?
Hello, madam. We're here to talk to you.
About
Well, perhaps I'll let my friends talk to you. And he's just like,
oh I don't buy any more bees if that's what you want. I don't have any more.
Was it because you were stung?
No.
Oh. I guess you were right.
You open the door, and it's an older woman. She looks to be about 60. She is aged terribly. She looks kind of tired. Her eyes kind of have bags under them.
But are they blue?
They're bright blue.
Ah.
She doesn't have a beard. She has bright red hair. She's a dwarf. She kind of opens the door. What do you need?
If she opens the door, I'm gonna lean down as low as I can go, like one hand on the ground to look in her eyes. Like, I think this is her.
Very good, dear.
You're welcome.
Sorry to intrude. We were hoping to ask you a few questions.
Is it about the sickness?
No, love. Actually, it is a little personal, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, come in then. I cannot stand for very long. And she looks at you. I spent a life on my back.
Euphemia will laugh at that. And she will also offer her arm to her, like, as like a support as she walks in the house as well.
Yeah, the lady will grab your arm. She'll make her way to like a couch. And she'll like sit. An unseen servant comes and places some tea and some cups on the table.
Euphemia will take a seat on like an unoccupied chair or sofa and kind of like gesture to the others to fall in.
I do so. Just for clarity, is it an unseen servant like a person, or an unseen servant like the spell unseen servant that creates it?
The spell.
Okay. Good to know.
So
she takes her tea and begins sipping.
We've come here today to inquire about your ex-husband.
I've had 3, darling. You have to be more specific.
He was a man of the faith.
Yes. Roy, yes.
Damn, he was that forgettable, huh?
She's old.
I mean, she's had 3. They must all sort of merge together at some point.
Probably should have clarified to ask if he was living, see if any of the other ones are living.
Any of the other husbands?
Yeah, I mean, the other husbands could be dead. The only one that could be living could be Roy. I mean, those are things that maybe probably don't matter, but just curious if the other ones are alive.
Roy.
Gotcha.
No, it's it. She's just going,
okay.
Yeah, Roy.
There's been a bit of an upset in the capital. I'm not sure if you've heard about it, of course. Word does spread very quickly.
Yes, it hasn't spread here, thanks be to the goddess.
You worship her?
No, I worship the goddess Lelia. She takes care of the land.
As we can see from your beautiful flowers out front.
Thank you. I had a larger garden, but I thought wildflowers. No tending to them.
They're lovely. We wanted to know if you had any information about what might be occurring right now.
In the capital?
Yes. With your husband? No whispers or talks that he might have had with you about trying to ban other religions?
Well, my Roy was a bread maker, so I wouldn't know what he would know about religion.
What were your other husbands? You said you had 2 more, correct?
I did. Well, my other husbands was Di and Sidel, and one of them was a blacksmith, and the other was a lord.
A lord?
Yes, he
to
was
what house?
a minor lord. He was a minor lord under the Raylon.
So you never had a husband or lover who was part of the church? Or left for the church?
I had many lovers, darling.
I know. It happens. But you don't remember one that left you For the church?
None that left me for the church, no.
Do we know what the curator looks like?
I want you all to give me. I'm gonna tell you the DC on this. It's gonna be high. DC 18. Because I told you that you were seeing the curator, but none of you ever told me to describe him to you. So I'm gonna need either I'm gonna say a history check. If anyone else can make me a good argument for any other check, I'm more than happy to hear it. I'd say like history or
I'm gonna use my inspo.
Okay.
Same.
Even if I roll a 20, it's going to be 18, so I can't. I'm not going to bother.
Oh, Theoden!
Theoden comes in clutch. Fuck yeah. Sorry, Josh. Everyone, yeah, you sure you don't want to roll?
I don't think it's even possible for me.
I mean,
Just try,
Maybe.
it's fun.
Yeah.
good enough. You know what? You tried. Theoden, you recall the curator that was next to the king? He had like his hair pulled under a hood, but his eyes were kind of what got you. He had like heterochromia, where one eye was like a bright blue and the other was like, it didn't really look like an eye. It looked more like it was like a dark mist that clouded it.
I'm sorry, did any of your partners have mismatched eyes? One that was much brighter than the other, one that seemed like messed up in some way?
Oh, yeah, Roy, he had that.
Oh, that was right. And you said he was a bread maker, correct?
Yeah, he liked to make bread. He made bread for the church and for the king and the lords when they were in council.
He made bread. Do you know? Do you have any recipes for the bread? Were you there when he was making the bread? Like, did you take an interest in the arts? Anything like that?
Are you interested in bread?
I've just become so interested in bread. You would not believe the level of interest I've just gained in bread.
Cassius is trying not to laugh.
I believe I have one of his recipes, and she kind of like gets up with a groan and she searches through a little cabinet and pulls out a little like tiny piece of parchment and she hands it to you. That was for his sourdough bread. It was very good.
Okay. And how long ago did you two part ways?
That would be 30 years ago.
30 years ago. Okay, 30 years ago. Okay, so
Yeah, he must have really risen up in status and rank since then.
Oh no!
damn it.
Then.
What? It's true.
Give me your inspiration point. Hand it back. I'm taking it from
All
you.
right. All of
How
them
many
versus
years?
one.
Me, kill Vermouth.
A meteor comes down and kills Vermouth.
Can I like look at the recipe to kind of just see like you found me? It's just like, is there any like hidden meaning behind it?
Yeah, you look at it. It looks like a recipe. Do you want to investigate it further?
I would love to go deeper.
Okay, if you want to go deeper,
hopefully nothing goes awry.
How fucking dare you guys? Sorry for muting a bunch. Still sick. With a 17, you put it up to the light. There's a window in this like living room. You put it up to the light, and you see that there is small indentations over some of the like letters.
If I sort of, can I like make note of those letters and like write them down to like see if it like forms a message or anything?
Yeah, you can. The 17, you read Pom Pom doing well, 12.
Pom Pom?
Pom Pom. Pom, doing well, 12.
I'm gonna look to the young. We don't even know her name. Did we even ask her name?
You did not. No.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. Can you please tell me a name?
My name is Eidwal.
Eat well?
Well,
Eidwal.
Oh.
Idwal.
Canon, we said that at the same time.
Do you have any more of these recipe cards?
Oh yeah, he had a lot. Yeah. You see that she kind of goes over to like a tin box,
Mm-hmm.
and she tries to pick it up.
I will.
Really?
I will actually gesture to Cassius to go pick it up.
He will gladly go do that.
Rook is going to be standing there a little confused. It's like, I thought we were here to get information about the curator. Now we're interested in bread?
This is important work.
We're making a recipe book.
I don't understand. I'm so confused. What do you know about the curator? Nothing.
Eidwell, would you mind terribly if I took these back with me? I'll return them within a few days.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. I know, but I don't have use for them anymore.
Okay.
You don't bake at all?
Well, my hands have gone, and my sons have also gone, so I have nobody to bake for me, or a need for it, really.
A need for it.
God damn it.
I hate this. I hate this house.
Cassius kind of looks at the others and then looks at her and kneels down to her and puts like his hand over her hand. I'll bake you some bread.
I would enjoy that very much, young man.
Curator? Like...
I'm going to elbow Rook.
Hey.
We have everything that we need.
So he hasn't seen what you've seen. Like, he doesn't realize there's... So he's just like, huh? I'm... Okay.
Can I just sort of gauge her... Can I sort of gauge the dwarven woman and see... Eidwell? Yeah, Eidwell. Can I sort of gauge her and see if the appearance she's putting on as being an old lady and you know, being sort of rickety is actually genuine, or if there's some sort of illusion or trick going on?
Do you want to, like, check for magic, or do you want to, like, see into her, like... normally, like regular insight?
Probably a regular insight would be my guess. I'm not sure I have the skills to detect magic.
Yeah, I would say that you can do insight. With 17, she seems genuine. This seems like a woman who's lived a very tragic life.
I will whisper. Wait, what kind of? Yeah, I don't have magic to communicate. I will. Oh. Wish you all knew thieves can't. What do we?
Sounded like a different C word, but all right.
God damn it! Can't. I'm not good at accents. Okay.
I think you're
word.
doing great. You're doing great, bud.
I appreciate it. I guess in Elven, I would say I know Elven, right? I think I know Elven. Make sure I'm not lying.
You do.
Good call. In Elven, I would say, looking at Euphemia, that the curator seemed to be a young lad, 20s at most, like sort of softly, just kind of with a quizzical look. Like, I don't judge if that's the sort of age gap he was into, but
How did we know what the curator was in terms of like elf, human?
Yeah, the race.
He seemed human.
okay.
Euphemia's gonna message back to Theoden. Not everyone is what they appear to be.
Would I be able to reply to the message, and would I know that?
Yes. Yeah. You may reply to this message.
Yes. I will reply back in my mind. I was trying to gauge her, but I can't get a read. I cannot get a read on her.
Now you two are having this conversation in quiet, right?
Yeah,
in your heads?
I had to say it out loud, but then
he said it out loud, and then I responded with a message.
And my reply is in my head.
Cantrip.
So I'm just like, who are you talking to?
I'm going to go and I'm going to pour Edwell more tea. And as I do, I am going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You cast
just to
Detect
sort
Magic.
I want to make sure
detect
Theoden's.
You can just detect the school of magic, right?
Yeah, so I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me. If you sense the magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Okay. Let's see. You would detect almost immediately some conjuration magic.
Mm-hmm.
And strangely enough, is that a school of magic is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what school of magic it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, it would be an enchantment. So it would be enchantment magic on her.
So someone enchanted her. And the conjuration magic, was that on her as well? Or is it
no, that was in the house. You didn't see the unseen servant, so you can deduce that was probably what that was.
Okay. Ooh, how much do I want to push this? Because I have detect thoughts, but I don't know if it would break through the enchantment magic.
Well, Cassius is currently like asking where the stuff is to like make her some bread. So
she's like grabbing onto you.
But she may be occupied.
Yeah, she's like following you, and she's like pointing at where things are, and she's like throwing logs into the oven.
He's like doing his best to bake.
Okay, I'm gonna cast detect thoughts on her. I'm going to at first skim her surface level thoughts.
Okay. Her surface level thoughts. She would just be thinking, oh, I had to move my bees. I hope they're okay. I hope they like the water. I think he's a good young man. He's a bit odd. I'm out of the business now. I don't know. He's very tall and pretty, but no. And she's talking about Cassius.
Oh. And then sort of once I don't get anything, I'm going to try to delve deeper.
Okay, give me that.
That's a DC 14 wisdom save.
All right. Okay. You can dig deeper. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a file cabinet that is locked.
Okay. You start to search, and I'm gonna start describing this the way it would look in her own mind, without her knowing. So you're in this room, and you are surrounded by tomes. You can flick and push through each one of these tomes, and each one is a different memory from her very long life. I said she looks 60, or she is around 60, but she is a very old woman.
Yeah, she's a dwarf, so.
Yeah, she lives forever. So you begin to flip through these tomes, and you get to, like, what I can only describe as, like, a shelf. And you begin to sort through this shelf, and you do feel something odd. And as you, like, look through this shelf, the only things that are in here are, like, memories of her sons. And, you know, they were 14, they were young, they were children, essentially, in her mind. But something just isn't right. And while normally you wouldn't be able to detect this kind of thing, it does seem like nobody expected anyone to look. So this spell was cast in such a way that it was, like, crude and
Messy,
yeah.
which Euphemia does not like.
She does not approve.
Euphemia will scoff at the messy spell job.
She should. But yeah, that's what you find, that a lot of her memories about her sons and how young they were and how they, you know, how horrible it was to watch them die, like that, how she took care of them, like that kind of memory, that's been modified. Or, like, not modified, but something about them has been cut out.
Another person, perhaps. Can I try pushing further to see if I can unravel? Is this something where I think that if I continue to dig deeper, I might uncover the actual memory, or is the memory just permanently modified in her brain where I would not be able to find the original memory in there?
Give me an Arcana check. I will let you roll for this, because I think that Euphemia is well studied enough to maybe understand.
I'm gonna use my last inspo. 15.
With a 15, I'll say you can push in and probably see a glimpse of what's going on, but you won't be able to fully grab the memory out.
Okay, I will take the opportunity to try to just get a little bit more.
Okay.
I found that thread and I want to tug at it.
You begin to tug at that thread. Cassius, you do feel her kind of going a little limp in your hands. She's been like clinging to you, but she's starting to like let go.
Oh gosh, he's gonna like hold her in I forgot what we said her name was. Edwell.
Well,
He's just like Madam Edwell, are you all right? And he's like holding her.
She doesn't say anything. Euphemia, you are in this woman's memory. You do not hear any of this. You begin to pull, and you start to see pictures. This is kind of what's left of her own memory. Hers has begun to just go, and you see these pictures of these young men with 2 brown eyes, just dirty blonde hair, kind of running around outside, and a figure steps out and followed by 3 more. You can't see them. It feels like something is kind of breaking them up. And you see that they walk up to her sons and they place a hand on their head. And the next like memory picture that you see is them kind of in bed coughing and just throwing up and just sick, fevered, and nothing seems to be helping them. You see Edwell is like trying to feed them and they're spitting it back up, and she's just having a terrible time. You can see that she's kind of like crying and hoping that they get better, but nothing really seems to be working. And then it cuts to a different memory of her at these tombs with the names of her sons. The names you can't really make out. And next to them is a much smaller tomb. Kind of just the headstone. It looks almost as if they placed the headstone, didn't like where it sat, and moved it again. Because the dirt underneath it is kind of dead, or the grass underneath it's dead. And you see that she is kind of being consoled by someone. You can't see who it is, but you can feel that that's what's been happening. And then the memories begin to stop showing up for you. Everyone who is not in her memories, you can see that she is kind of like, she's slowly passing out.
Wasn't that bread?
You said Edwell's slowly passing out?
Yeah, she's slowly passing out, or something's happening to her.
Cassius is like, we haven't even made the dough yet.
Well, do something.
He starts fanning her.
I start helping.
Will, put her hand on Asteria's shoulder and is like, I think you need to stop now.
Hearing Vermouth's voice, Euphemia will let go of the thread and pull back out of her mind.
You let go. Even you, as somebody who really enjoys magic, that kind of exhausted you. Mm-hmm. Whatever enchantment they put on her or whatever they did to her, of course it tired her because it tired you.
Yeah.
So she begins to come back, and she looks up at Rook and Cassius, and she sits up and she's like, "Oh, well, maybe in my younger years, but not now."
Ew.
Get up.
Ma'am, are you all right?
Yes, I just faint.
Do you do that often?
No, sometimes when my niece comes over, but that's it.
Perhaps you should sit down. I'll finish the bread.
Yes. She kind of waddles over and sits on her couch.
What is your niece's name?
You just ask her outright?
You said my niece comes in here. What is you? Yeah, sure.
Elaine.
Elaine.
Does she visit often?
Sometimes once a month.
And she brings you food, takes care of you.
Yeah, sometimes she takes some recipes, but other times she just sits and reads and cooks with me.
Hang on, she takes some recipes with her.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Whole family of bakers.
No, she's just a terrible cook.
So what is your favorite recipe that of the collection, I guess?
Boar stew. She picks up some knitting needles and she begins to knit.
So, who else takes recipes from you? You seem
no
to be a
one
hub
really.
of recipe exchange.
Not many people, just my niece. Sometimes the neighborhoods and the neighbors, but that's about it. They always bring them back by the end of the day.
Do they pay you for these recipes?
No, they bring me some of their food, the ones they make, and that's enough payment for me.
Well, I mean, she's about to take all of them. You're going to be okay with income and...
Yes, I made quite a lot as...
I mean, because she's really rich. You know, she could leave you some money.
Oh, I could tell her to give me money. She could have it. It's okay. I don't need it. If she wanted to give it to me, it'd be different.
God damn it. I will say once we finish up here, Euphemia will leave a sizable coin purse.
Okay. Yeah, she's just she'll let you. Yeah, she'll just wait for you guys to ask her any more questions.
So, we already asked her about Roy, and she told us everything she remembered about Roy. And then we stopped asking her questions, and she passed out because you were giving her poison bread.
Mm-hmm. No! She passed out because someone
the excitement, you and your hotness. I understand.
Oh.
I mean, you can hardly blame her.
Not enough skills, so... Do you have any other questions for her?
Euphemia thinks that we have everything that we need.
Okay.
I quite agree, for now at least.
All right. She begins to usher you out, and like any old woman, she has like a little plate of cookies, and she tries to give you some as you leave.
No, I'm gonna take a cookie.
Take a cookie.
Do I finish getting the bread dough made?
Yeah, I'd say you did.
I feel like Rook would take the whole plate, and like one of them would be like, "Put it back." Like, oh.
I'll also take a cookie.
It's your own.
She offered it to all of us. You can't just have the whole plate.
Oh. Here.
You see that she kind of laughs and goes, "Oh, Oh, it's been nice having people in the house again. Well, get out. I'm going to nap.
Very lovely meeting you.
Thank you for your time.
And your cookies.
Yes, my niece made them. I don't like them.
What? Why would she make cookies?
I'm gonna grab another one for the road, and I'm gonna turn and walk out.
Yeah, she lets you. She's just like, take them. You guys get out of her home. She shuts the door. You can hear her little shuffling.
She waddled away.
Wow. Yeah, what are you guys gonna do now?
I'm going to relay what I found in her mind. There seems to be some sort of enchantment magic on her. Her memory, at least part of them, have been severely modified.
How did somebody do that?
Magic. It seems whoever did it was a little crude. Not sure if they were in a hurry or what, but it wasn't particularly well done. I'm afraid I don't think that her son's death was a matter of a simple sickness.
What does that mean?
Someone purposefully killed her children. For what reason, I don't know. And these recipe cards, and I'm going to take the one that I had and bonk Rook on the head with it, just flap him in the head with it, have some secret code hidden amongst them.
Oh, good find.
It's not thieves' cant, is it?
No, it seems to just it's not very smart how they did it, but there's little indentations on letters that form some sort of sentence. Not sure. The one I've managed to work out was Pom Pom doing well 12. I'm sure once we delve a little bit deeper into the other ones, this might make a bit more sense, but...
Pom Pom doing well 12?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely seems like some kind of code.
Yes.
Sounds like a pet name you give a lover.
Do you call Lady Fordane Pom Pom?
What I call Lady Fordane in our bedroom is none of your business.
But
You
brought
call
it
her
up.
mommy or something. Perhaps we should head back and reconvene with everyone else.
Is there a place we could stay here for the night? Perhaps we could try to work some of this out, see if there's anything else we could glean from the town.
That inn, the big oak, it had rooms.
I'm more interested in this niece of hers, the one that comes by and plays with these cards that you seem to found a code in.
Elaine.
Are the cookies any good?
You ate 2 of them.
No, but I'm hungry. I was just wondering if they were good.
Yeah.
She said she was a horrible
pretty
cook.
decent.
Oh, okay.
They're okay. They're a little salty.
I don't eat mine because she told us her niece made them, and that immediately I took one, and then from that I sort of subtly put it in my pocket and did not eat it, and still have not eaten it.
I do find it odd that if they killed her sons, they did not kill her for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
The big ass oak.
Yeah, Cassius is in favor of staying the night versus trekking back, so he can kind of watch things through the night or case things out.
Yeah, this way we don't have to keep sneaking in and out.
Yes, exactly.
Great. You guys can get rooms. It's not too hard. It becomes a little full at night. There's nothing really that interesting. Euphemia, you do see a few red swords hanging out in here. You know that they're all over the place, so it's not too odd. They're just having a drink with some, people.
Mm-hmm.
Euphemia
does feel a little safer with them around.
Okay. They don't acknowledge you because they've been ordered to not.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys can go about your night. What do you want to do? If there's anything you do want to do.
If Theoden wants to help me go through the recipe cards, I would like to spend a couple of hours doing that.
Okay.
Sure.
Are you just doing this out in the tavern, or?
Oh no, I'd be doing it in one of the rooms. So we would book a room.
Okay. You book a room. You do see that one of the red swords comes up to follow. Kind of inconspicuously, but they're big ass dudes in black and red armor. It's kind of hard to miss them.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them kind of follows you up and waits for you to nod at him or tell him that it's okay.
Once I am about to head into the room, I will give him a little nod.
He kind of steps down and sits on the staircase.
Cassius is also there. He's not gonna leave.
Okay. All right. So if you guys want to, is there anything else anyone else wants to do? Because this is just going to be a series of roles. So if y'all want to do any role play, go ahead and do that while I sort this out.
I think Vermouth would probably be at the bar chatting up other patrons, other soldiers, passing time, not being bored.
Okay. Sure, you find a few patrons. They are, flirty with you. Actually, give me a charisma check. I want to see how flirty Vermouth is tonight.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Wrong thing.
Okay, I was gonna say. Still really good. With an 18, yeah, you free drinks, free food, you're good.
Lovely.
You don't get much. Are you looking for anything or just having fun?
Just having fun, honestly. This was kind of depressing, so,
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully dead
flirt
sons.
with a bunch of people. Theoden, a young woman walks up to you and she tries to, flirt with you. She feels like she's being unsuccessful, so she just walks away.
Sure.
She tried her best. That's all she tried. She tried, came up to you, told you her name, and then she walked away.
Did she really try her best?
Yeah, I saw her charisma score. Yeah, that's her best.
She panicked. She panicked.
I got her character sheet up. That's her best. It's bad, guys. It's bad. It's a 6. That's a 6 right there.
Can you describe? I want this acted out. I want the awkward flirtation.
This young lady. She's dressed in leather pants. She's got a poet shirt tucked in. She walks up to Theoden. Hi, I'm hi.
I don't know that she's talking to me, so I don't immediately respond.
She taps you. She goes, I'm Maddie. Hi.
Oh, you were talking to your...
Yeah, I thought you were, attractive.
Oh, well, yes, I am. Thank you for noticing.
Oh, not the response I thought. Yeah, your hat's, your coat's nice. You're not wearing a hat. Your coat is nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um,
Is there something I can help you with?
no, bye. And she leaves.
Okay.
She
Bye.
quickly walks away.
Amazing.
You're welcome.
Well, she was
that
so nice.
painful to watch.
I hope that was painful to watch. Yeah. You guys begin, Theoden. Once you're done with that interaction, you go up.
He's just like, what's that about that time?
You guys begin to look through these cards. I need you guys to give me I'll say an investigation, because that feels like what this is. Is there anything else you guys would argue for?
I'm okay with that. Can I argue for advantage because we sort of know what to be looking for?
Yeah, I'll say you can have advantage on it.
Okay. $18.
18. What's the other one?
14.
14. Yeah, with an 18. Cassius, you also reading?
I mean, he's in the room.
Okay. So Cassius with with a 15, an 18, and a 14, I'll say you guys can pass this DC. Euphemia, you did pass it. You see that some of these cards don't have any indentations like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the few that do, with an investigation like that, you're fairly smart. Do you want to give me an intelligence roll? Because I can give you an explanation.
I can.
If you would like.
Another 18.
Another 18. With two 18s, I'll say you guys begin to look for these indentations, and you find them rather quickly, but you can only find indentations in like 2 or 3 of them. Euphemia, you quickly realize that this isn't kind of a badly made code, like they're indenting them. This was like, what's it called? Like a book code.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is a key somewhere, but this person just read this bit over and over enough to like get an indentation.
Okay.
So there is one that says P Palm Done Red 3.
Can you like type that out in the chat somewhere at some point? Bless.
They are all very like scattered in that way. The
Mm-hmm.
next one says Pom Pom 10 Done Need.
Okay.
Like they all have this layout. And the last one says Pom Pom Gone. That's it.
Could I make a roll to try to determine what the code might be?
Yes. Pom Pom Gone ends with a 15. I'm gonna say you can try to decipher it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna do it at a disadvantage.
Okay. What would that be? What check?
I would say you can use investigation.
Could I help out at all with my experience with Thieves' Cant? Does that give me any sort of insight as to codes and how they're made or deciphered or anything?
Yes, it would be a straight roll. if you were to help her.
Sure,
Okay.
yes, I'll lend a hand.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll do an investigation roll.
Yeah, it would just be investigation, I'm afraid.
17.
With 17, you, with the help of Theoden, figure out you don't have enough information to decipher this.
Okay.
You are missing chunks of information that will help you decipher this. You can also realize that it's not code, they're full sentences. Like, you don't know what it means, but these are full sentences.
Okay. Euphemia will sort of... She's gonna meander and pander on that for a little bit and think about it. But she will go to bed soon after.
Okay. You go to bed soon after. Theoden, I assume you're not sleeping in the same room as Euphemia, but I could be wrong.
I would assume not as well, but yeah, I'll go to my room and
Euphemia will
sleep.
shoo him out.
Shoot him out.
Come along, dear.
Yeah.
Cassius doesn't sleep in a bed. He's gonna be leaned up against a wall outside, like if there's a hallway that kind of covers the bedrooms. He'd just be kind of posted up and leaned up there, like he's done this a million times.
Okay. Yeah, you see the other red swords kind of notice your armor and they slap you on the shoulder and they go, that's the worst. Guard duty's the worst. You'll get past it.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't want to have this conversation. And they go to their rooms.
Cassius is disgusted. Terrible guards. Live it, love it.
Cassius scares me in a way that I cannot explain. Yeah, Theoden, Vermouth, Rook, what are you doing?
So I'd probably be sitting in the corner of the bar, just keeping an eye on Vermouth, making sure nothing happens to her.
Okay, there's a few times that a few guys do come up to her and kind of try to get her upstairs.
Well, I mean, she would want that to happen. I'm saying nothing bad happens to her.
Got it.
No, I've turned down every invitation.
Yeah, because they probably didn't have enough coin, but I'm saying...
Wow.
Like, I'm sitting there in case something, you just gotta be like... But other than that, I'm just sitting there watching, maybe eating.
Yeah, you can get a plate of food.
Yeah, because a couple of cookies is not going to sustain all this.
Yeah, you get a plate of just the most food.
But that's all about. And when she finally goes up, I'll probably stay a little bit longer, then head up.
Okay.
And if I see that young girl, I'd be like, he's probably alone in his room right now. It's room 3.
Oh my god.
Bet. Okay.
Oh no, I saw that roll.
So bad.
After our code breaking, I would probably go down for a nightcap and just a vibe check on the place to see where we're sleeping, what sort of establishment we're sleeping in, and just kind of get a feel for the people. And I would invite Euphemia as well if she wanted to come down, but it's whatever. And I would sit and just have a drink and scope the place out a little bit, see what I can see.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception.
Sure, why not?
Say, you're trying to vibe check the place. You seem dressed for this kind of thing. With an 8, I would say that you look around. This place seems fairly, as you scoped out before, it was very normal. There was nothing really going on. It wasn't a place that was shady or untoward or anything like that. It's fairly basic, more akin to serving farmers than mercenaries. if that's what you're looking for.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I'd probably have one drink and then do the responsible thing and go upstairs, go to bed.
Okay. You go up to bed. You hear a knock at your door. And then we're gonna leave it at that because I'm not doing it. Go to the Patreon if you want to get that version of things.
You're welcome.
Don't worry about it.
Wait, we've got a Patreon.
No.
Did not sign up for that.
No, there's not. Don't worry about it. That's why I say it, because I don't have to do it. Great. Is there anything else you guys would actually like to do before you go off to bed?
I think that's a good place to leave it.
All right. Well, that's the end of the session. You guys are in a tavern an hour away from the capital. You met a lovely woman with a very sad story. And now you're off to bed and hopefully off to the capital tomorrow. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching. Sadly, this episode did not end on a cliffhanger. Not every episode has to. Josh.
What are you talking about? That is a cliffhanger.
That was a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Does Theoden smash? The world may never know.
Find out next week. No.
Yeah, find out next week.
Smash.
This is the best of cliffhangers.
Okay. Well, you guys, I hope you all have had a good time. Come back next Thursday for more of this, and come back tomorrow for Friday game, the Sanguine Isles, a different version of this same world. You guys want to say anything before we go?
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Jay, for DMing.
Thank you. Thank you for playing in this world. That I made definitely. Well, have a good night, everyone. Goodbye. Come back or don't.
Yay.
You know, that's up to you.
Night,
I
all.
can't make you do anything.
See you
I
next
mean, I'm
week.
sort of committed, but
See you next week.
can't speak for them.
Do Theoden Smash is the name of this